picking up some much-needed yards and first downs.
Outlined beneath the blue-gray October sky. That seems to be the proper lead for a game of this magnitude because the Indiana Northern State Conference title is on the line tonight. Here you are looking at Community Field in Knox, where the Bremen Lions visit the Knox Redskins on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo, and the Hall of Famer, Bo Hundt. It's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us for another exciting night of high school football on Sports Michiana. Bo, the Bremen Lions have a new coach in Justin Bagunia, one you know very, very well, your former teammate. Started out 0-2. Since then, they've won 5 straight, and they seem like a confident group.
Well, when you get a new coach in, it's going to be a process. It's going to take time to learn their system and learn how they're doing stuff. New defense, new offense, and it takes time in the offseason. But you have to trust that process. And it took them until week 3 to really learn and trust that process. And ever since, they've been on fire.
But Justin says it was no question he had to return to his alma mater.
Yeah, it's been really exciting, right? To give back to your community, have a chance to be in a position where you're a role model and a leader to the football team of, sport and a place that holds true to my heart. And I never thought, right, coming out of college and then starting my career and then getting to this point in my career that I'd have this opportunity. So it means a lot to me.
Tonight, Bremen faces a daunting challenge. They face a team that is undefeated, ranked number 5 in Class 3A, and they feature the nation's leading rusher in Miles McLaughlin. But if you think Miles is a one-man show here at Knox, you are mistaken.
Yeah, and he'll be one of the first ones to tell you it's not all about him. It's about the guys up front. It's about his blockers. It's about his defense. It's about everybody coming together as a team, and he believes that more than anybody on this team. It's not a one-man show.
He wants a trophy. So, too, does his head coach, Russ Radke, who has a very good memory.
And I know that as a coach, I've only lost to Bremen one time in 50 years. That was last year. So we're working hard. It's going to be a good game for us. I hope that the young kids come along and the crowd and the community and the people out there watching TV have fun watching it tonight.
As he has all year, Angelo Carlo roams the sidelines. It's easy to get caught up in the Miles McLaughlin hype train. People can forget there is a conference championship on the line.
Yeah, Knox can win it outright with a victory. Bremen still has Tippy Valley next week, but they win at least a share if they win, then certainly would be in the driver's seat if they get the victory here tonight. And who would have thought we would have been in this position if we would have talked back in week 3? We would have never imagined we were bringing the game of the week down here because Bremen had started 0-2, but 5 straight wins, and they know they had that win over Knox last year. You know who else knows that? Knox knows that Bremen got them last year. So this team is very hungry to get some revenge. It's senior night here at Knox as well. So all sorts of things on the line for these two teams.
There is so much to talk about. A lot of scenes to set for you in our Farrah Custom Roll Forming pregame show. And we'll do it, including our Lilliard Insurance Agency keys to win, all next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Farrah Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lilliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. And we welcome you into the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show featuring our Lilliard Insurance Keys to Win. It's senior night here at Knox. You see the seniors marching across the field to hand some items of remembrance to some of the youth players out here. And the Knox Redskins getting ready for the Bremen Lions in this Indiana Northern State Conference Championship game. Let's get you ready for this one with our Keys to Win, brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. For the Bremen Lions, they're led by the quarterback and safety Jack Wildauer. The 6', 165-pound senior has thrown for 326 yards, but he's also very dangerous, not only on special teams, where he kicks and is a kick returner, but also running the football. 269 rushing yards with 6 touchdowns on the year. He'll get some help from Braden Parrish, the senior running back and cornerback, one of the leading rushers on this team with 435 yards on the season and 3 touchdowns, but also wants to play very physical at cornerback tonight against this powerful Knox rushing attack. The keys to win for Justin Begonia and the Lions.
Keys to win tonight for the Lions. No big plays. They cannot give up 60, 70, 80-yard plays out of Miles on the run game or the passing game, that is. Create turnovers. That's something Knox hasn't been able or done very much this year. Bremen thinks they can try to take advantage of that a little bit this year or this game. And ball control. They'd like nothing more than 6, 8, 10-minute drives on offense.
Meanwhile, the Knox Redskins, well, if you are from the area, you know who the leading player on this Knox team is. His name is Miles McLaughlin. He wears number 2. He is the nation's leading rusher coming into this game, with 2,468 yards on the season. He's number 2 on the all-time Indiana rushing list. He's number 3 on the all-time scoring list. He's just a tremendous player. And by the way, he plays defense too and leads the team in interceptions. but he gets some help, too, from Kane Weber, outstanding running back who has 244 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns on the season, the leading receiver on the team, and one of the leading tacklers from the linebacker spot. The keys to win for the 49-year coaching veteran Russ Radke and the Redskins.
Keys to win tonight for the Redskins. They need to win that field position, whether it's offense or defense or special teams. They need to make sure they get good field position. Special teams awareness. Last year, Bremen did 3 onside kick recoveries. They need to be aware of that and wear them down. A lot of games that they've had a little close this year. They've been close in the first half only. Second half is where they wear them down and get to them. That's what they need to do this game as well.
So those have been the Lilliard Insurance Agency keys to win on the Sports Michiana's Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. Senior night festivities continuing here at Community Field. Good crowd on hand here on a perfect football night in Knox. We'll get you ready for the opening kickoff when we come back on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. And as the senior night festivities wrap up down on the field, they had a very interesting ceremony, a passing of the torch from the seniors to the 8th graders. That's a little bit what you saw in our pregame show. The band coming off the field as well. And we get ready to welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt high above the fray. Nice pregame ceremony here, but we're just about ready to get down to business. We talked about the keys to win. I know you talked a little bit with Justin Begonia before the game. What do you feel the confidence level of this Bremen team is tonight?
I think the biggest thing with them is they're young. They got some guys that really haven't. And we talked about the series, or we will talk about the series history. These two teams haven't played for a while. Last year, yes, they did play, and there's a little bitterness from Knox getting beat. They were up, 2 touchdowns going into the second half and ended up getting beat in that game. But I think the biggest thing is there's not a lot of history in the past 10, 15 years because of the difference in the conferences and switching. There was a lot of history before that, but now not as much.
Well, as we take you down to the field now, you'll be able to see the teams come out onto the field, and we'll tell you what the teams are wearing for tonight's game, brought to you by our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka.
Bremen, the visiting team, they're wearing the white pants, white jerseys, white helmets with the Kelly green numbers and trim. Knox, they're the home team wearing the red pants, red jerseys, red helmets, white numbers, and trim. You want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. And they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
There you see the Bremen Lions, 5-2 on the season. They lost their first 2 games of the year to Churubusco and to Triton, but since then have racked up wins over Broome Grove, LaVille, Jimtown Glen, and Culver Academy. Last week, they beat the Eagles of Culver Academy by a count of 40-24. While we've got a moment, let's check on the series history for tonight's game. It's brought to us by our friends at HealthLink. This is a series that dates all the way back to 1958. And Bremen has dominated the series 30-5 with 1 tie, including a win last year, as Bo mentioned, 46-38. In fact, as we mentioned in that coach's interview, Knox has not beaten Bremen since 2009. That spans 6 games between the two schools. The officials for tonight's game, as brought in by the Indiana High School Athletic Association. You see the gentleman down there, Xavier Serrani is the man in the white hat. He'll lead this crew that includes Greg Mose, Sean Roach, Theron Butler, and Mark Stoltz. And remember, the Indiana High School Athletic Association always looking for more officials in every sport. So contact your local officials association. I know up by South Bend, that's handled by the St. Joe Valley Officials Association and Jimmy Arnett. And ladies and gentlemen, here's our national anthem. One of the choirs here at Knox High School performing our national anthem for the crowd here on senior night. Soon the band will form a tunnel, and the Redskins will come out of that big inflated helmet down at the south end of Community Field and take the field. Russ Ratke's team comes in here with a record of 7-0 on the year. We saw them in the season opener open up very impressively with a 38-6 win over North Judson. They beat Pioneer the following week, pounded Culver Academy, their toughest game of the year, game against Tippecanoe Valley, and they won that one 36-21. Struggled in the first half in games against Glenn and Jimtown, but picked up wins over those two schools as well as LaVille.
As we get ready to start the first quarter here tonight, it's sponsored by 1056 in Knox. They're proud to support Stark County Athletics and bring the family over to 1056 to enjoy a great meal, time together. Have need for catering? 1056 caters all kind of events, including tonight's game. Contact them today, and a big thank you for feeding our crew tonight. Thanks, 1056.
Plenty of fire as the Knox Redskins take the field and come to their logo at midfield. Our weather tonight brought to us by our friend State Farm agent Noah Trueblood. What a spectacular night for football in Stark County. 65 degrees here at kickoff. Just a gentle zephyr out of the southwest at 6 miles an hour, and not a chance we'll see any rain tonight despite the gray clouds overhead. There you see Justin Magunia over on the Bremen sideline. His first year as the Bremen head coach after 15 years at Glenn, and then there was a long hiatus in his career. He went down to Nashville, Tennessee, was an assistant coach at Lipscomb Academy, a very highly regarded school down in Tennessee, then came back to the area because of family and was an offensive coordinator at LaVille for 3 years before taking the Bremen job. He's a 1992 Bremen alum, as are some others.
Yeah, I wasn't 92. I was 93, but I did get to play with Justin and his younger brother as well, who's a freshman. But, yeah, Justin, MVP that year, defensive offense as well, two-way player, so he knows what the playing is all about. Went to Evansville, played linebacker down at Evansville as well, so he's got some college playing experience as well, a lot of coaching experience, and I know he's really happy to be back here at Bremen.
And he's done a whale of a job with this Bremen job. Remember, he didn't get the job until very late in the spring, like the end of May. Jordan Leeper had developed an illness, stepped down from the position. Justin came back and took the job, and he will see his team tonight kick off to begin tonight's game. Knox will receive at the north end of Community Field. When I talked to him back in August, he was like, I'm still kind of learning what I've got, and he didn't have any kind of chance to put in a strength program, anything like that. They've done a whale of a job winning 5 straight.
Yeah, we talked about trusting the process. Well, this was a short process for Justin and crew, you know, bringing in a new defensive coordinator, which is Coach Jankowski. Coach Jay has actually been there before in the past as a D coordinator, head coach at Bremen. He brought him back as well. A lot of returning guys, a lot of Bremen guys that he brought back as well. But like you said, took on the gig a little bit late in the process, and these kids are just now catching up.
Meanwhile, they'll be taking on the KG veteran, Russ Radke. 420 wins in his fantastic Hall of Fame coaching career. 49 years on sidelines. Started down at North Judson, then went to Connorsville, Griffith, and New Prairie. Was nominally named the coach at Portage. Never coached a game there. Came over here to Knox, and he has done a terrific job taking over from a program that John Hendricks had started to turn around, and Russ has really hit the accelerator.
I think the biggest thing is Coach Hendricks, you know, started the youth program and really developed it, and Coach Radke really took over from there as well. And they get a lot of buy-in down at the younger levels, the junior high and the middle school, and they really get those numbers to really get to where they are today to be a powerful 3A school like they are.
So the Bremen Lions get set to kick it off. Jack Wildauer will do the kicking duties for the Lions tonight. And Wildauer will be kicking off. It appears as though Miles McLaughlin is one of the deep men, along with Ashton Walker, but it might be Isaac Singleton, kind of tough to make out. And our opening kickoff brought to us by our friends at Babsco. A spinning kick, and indeed it'll be handled by Isaac Singleton back at his 2. Singleton with a big hole up the middle, finally tripped up at about the 29, 30-yard line. So a good return, good field position for the Knox Redskins as Miles McLaughlin leads them out at quarterback.
Be real interesting to see what Coach Jay for Bremen does on defense here. They talked about switching some things up, throwing some different things at this Knox offense. We seen last time we were down here, first play, Miles took off for 70-some yards for a touchdown.
In fact, he did that the first 3 weeks of the season, scored on the first play of the game. And when you say Coach J, that's Jeff Jankowski, the defensive coordinator for Bremen, a long-time coach in the area and has long been associated with Bremen, although he's had stints at other places, including LaVille. So you see the power formation here for the Knox Redskins. The ball snapped to Miles McLaughlin. He goes right up the middle and takes it for 5 yards, brought down at the 35-yard line, and we get a chance to meet the Knox starting offense brought to us by the Knox Athletic Boosters. Camden Garner and Brian Korcha in the backfield with him. Ashton Walker, the wide receiver. Easton Minnick's a very good tight end, but it is a veteran offensive line. Peyton McNeil, the center, makes all the calls when McLaughlin makes audibles at the line of scrimmage. So it's 2nd and 5 from the 35 for McLaughlin and the Redskins. Bremen junking up the defense, but McLaughlin wasn't touched for the first 5 yards and takes it up to the 46-yard line for a first down. And we get a chance to meet the Bremen defense. The Lions defensively have the junior All-Stater Logan Fredrickson up there at defensive end. Grant Berry has had a very nice year at linebacker. In the secondary, keep an eye on Wildauer. He has 3 interceptions for the season. A pickup of 11 for McLaughlin, and it's 1st and 10 from the Knox 46. And the snap to the Redskins senior, and Miles McLaughlin pops it to the outside and still on his feet, takes it for a first down up to the 43-yard line of Bremen. You'll get another look from Michiana Contracting.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that you got to stop on this Knox offense is their offensive line. You see that surge they got. They got about 3 or 4 yards on that surge, and then they got their blocking backs that come through next to kind of clean things up, and it really opens everything up. Miles usually never gets hit for about 5 yards down the field if he gets hit at all.
Gage Craig helped lead the surge that time from the offensive line. It's 1st and 10 from the Bremen 43. Again, it's McLaughlin, this time trying to go off the right side. Wasn't touched for the first 5 yards there and takes it to the 35-yard line. Finally, Bremen able to bring him down as Ethan Britton came over and made the stop from the defensive line spot after a pickup of 8.
As you mentioned, Michiana Contracting is our instant replay sponsor tonight with more than 50 years of experience. Michiana Contracting in Plymouth has grown to one of the most comprehensive contractors in Indiana. They're family-owned and locally run. Michiana Contracting is proud to support tonight's replay on behalf of its employees from both Bremen and Knox.
McLaughlin hands it off. This is Kane Weber on the carry, and Weber takes it up to the 27-yard line for another Redskin first down after a pickup of 8.
We talked a little bit about before the game about Kane Weber, about he might be the key to this game. If Bremen tries to shut down Miles, Weber's that one guy that can get loose and kind of create havoc if you're not paying attention.
He had a big game the night we were here on opening night with 82 yards in the victory over North Judson. 1st and 10 from the 27 for the Redskins. Their 6th play of the drive. Again, it's McLaughlin. Tried to hurdle the tackler, and that didn't quite work. Coming in and shooting the gap that time for Bremen, it was Nick Slusser, the safety. You'll get another look here from Michiana Contracting.
Good job of Nick coming in from the side there, understanding the play call. And if you can stop Knox with only a 2-yard gain on first down, that's a mission accomplished so far.
2nd and 8 for the Redskins from the Bremen 25. This drive started back at the Redskin 30. Again, very much a power formation. Knox doesn't really disguise it all that much. They want to run the football. McLaughlin stood up in the backfield but keeps those legs churning and gets it up to the 20-yard line. Hunter Cannon finally able to bring him down, but it'll be 3rd and short for Knox.
Miles does a great job of keeping those legs going, trying to arm tackle him. You have to wrap him up because he's going to keep driving those legs.
He's incredibly strong in the lower body.
Yep.
He squats 500 pounds, which is amazing for a young man who's 5'10", 190. 3rd and 2. McLaughlin keeps it himself, goes up the middle, one man to beat to the end zone, touchdown Knox. A 20-yard scamper for Miles McLaughlin, and the touchdown sponsored by the City of Knox. For Miles McLaughlin, his 40th rushing touchdown of the year and the 143rd of his career.
There you saw on the Michiana contracting replay. Great job following the blocks, getting upfield. He had one man to beat, and that was the safety. And, he had a blocker in front of him on that guy to beat as well.
So a 3-minute, 45-second drive, and Knox almost exclusively goes for 2. They tried to kick an extra point once this year. It fails, and Russ Radke says we're not doing that again. So McLaughlin in the backfield, you might think that's automatic, and it basically is. So Miles McLaughlin with 8 points on the night, now just 4 behind Brett Law of Sheridan for number 2 on the all-time Indiana list. And we've played 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Knox leads Bremen 8-0 on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. Friends, a reminder, this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. And there you see Miles McLaughlin. This is one of the few plays during the night that he gets a break. They had him kicking off earlier in the season. They said, let's hand that duty over to Ashton Walker. So McLaughlin taking a knee right now after picking up 65 yards on 7 carries in the first drive.
I know how he feels, getting a little bit of break here and there. Kickoff was my only break as well, but I was safety man. I just kind of stayed back. Didn't run down the field.
Walker squibs this one. It'll be taken by Jack Wildauer, and the Bremen quarterback, also a kick returner, takes it to the 42-yard line. So outstanding field position here for the Lions, and we'll see what Justin Begonia's group can do with it here with Wildauer at quarterback.
Our Yoder Construction is proud to support tonight's game. When you need a winning team for your next commercial project, count on our Yoder Construction. From design and planning to full construction management, they deliver spaces that perform as well as they look. Our Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
Much like Knox, but maybe not to the extreme of the Redskins, the Lions are a run-dominated team, although they opened it up a little bit last week. In fact, Wildauer was very balanced at the quarterback position last week. He had 156 rushing yards and 159 passing yards, both of those his best performances of the year. And Wildauer rolls out to his right. He'll keep it. He's got some speed, but he's tripped up beautifully on the play. A nice open field tackle by Keegan Everidge brings Wildauer down after a pickup of 3, and we meet the Bremen offense, brought to you by the Bremen Athletic Department. Braden Parrish and Chase Pippinger getting the starts at running back tonight. They don't throw to the tight end very much, but Dakota Hickey is there. You'll notice 6 offensive linemen, and they kind of rotate around who does what, although Peyton Marsh is always the center, and you've got a big junior all-stater up there, and Logan Fredrickson, along with the homecoming king, Luis Garcia, at the tackle slots. It's a handoff in the backfield, and Braden Parrish tries to run for a couple of yards, but there's Kane Weber to bring him down as we get a chance to meet the Knox defense, brought to you by Hometown Holiday Lights. Good defensive line up front. Easton Minix leading the way up there. You just saw Mr. Weber, the leading tackler on the team. Everidge gives him a lot of help at linebacker. And, oh, yeah, that McLaughlin kid, he's got 4 interceptions in the secondary this year.
Redskin fans, it's 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 here for Bremen at its own 47. Wildauer looking as though he wants to throw. Fires a bullet, and it is complete for the first down. Sponsored by Bellman Oil as he got it through there to the 44-yard line, and he threw it to the backup quarterback, his leading receiver on the year, Jake Rodriguez.
Here you can see on the Michiana contracting replay. Great job by Wildauer getting out. Great job by the freshman Rodriguez running a great route and holding on to that ball. Good first down pickup, exactly what Bremen needed to keep the chains moving and that clock running.
Pickup of 9 on the play. 1st and 10. Wildauer hands it off. A power run that time by Derek Miller. Miller has carried 19 times for 73 yards this season, but they have been able to use him in some key spots, and he picks up 7 right there with a very impressive run.
At halftime, we'll chat with our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher, Health Markets to connect.
Bremen right back to the line of scrimmage. Again, they'll try to go up the middle. This time it's shut down by the Knox defense as Miller was only able to pick up about a yard, maybe 2, and it'll be a 3rd and short for Bremen here from Knox 36.
Bremen trying to get everybody involved here early in the first quarter, giving it to different people, spreading the ball out, trying to get to the outside, a little pass, a little bit of run.
One thing Russ Radke really complimented Bremen about is the number of different looks they can give you on both offense and defense. And it's a handoff in the backfield and brought down by Kane Weber is the Bremen ball carrier, Braden Parrish. It'll be 4th and 3.
Great job of Weber coming up, sealing the corner right there. You can hear him flying up, sealing the corner, wrapping up. Great job of wrapping up, too.
He is really the quarterback of this defense. A young man who ranks 9th in his class, was all-conference a year ago, 3-sport athlete here at Knox. And Bremen, you have to remember, Wildauer is also the punter. So he lines up in the shotgun here, but he might be in a kicking formation. He's going to roll to his right. He still has the option what to do on this play, but he's brought down, and Knox will take over at the 37.
And guess who brought him down? Miles came up and got the first trip, and then Weber finished him off. Great job by this Knox defense. There you can see on the Michiana contracting replay. Watch Miles come up, get Wildauer tripped up right there, holds him up a little bit, and Kane Weber finishes him off.
And Weber was the one who flushed him out of the pocket to begin with, so he's been all over the field in the early going. One of the reasons we called him one of our key players tonight. And now Knox takes over at its own 38, already leading this one 8-0. Miles McLaughlin, who had 65 yards on 7 carries on their opening possession, surveys the Bremen defense here. Lions hopping around a little bit there, but McLaughlin again taking it right
ball
up the gut. Ball, and Bremen appears to have it. McLaughlin, a rare fumble, and Bremen has it at the Knox 49. They said they had to create turnovers, and they do. You'll see it again from Michiana Contracting.
One of the things Bremen tried to work on all week this week was causing turnovers, stripping that ball, going after it, and there's the first one of the night.
Terrific job by the Lions to pounce on the football there after the pickup of 11. And so Bremen gets the ball right back for Jack Wildauer and company. Let's see if the Lions can take advantage from the Redskin 49. 3 receivers off to the right of Wildauer. And Wildauer rolling to his right, stops, heaves it down the field, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get the ball to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez was covered by Miles McLaughlin.
Estate sales are a great place to find a hidden gem or a unique piece for your home. Imagine being able to look at what's available from estate sales from all over the area from your computer or phone. Check out elkhardin.ctbids.com to find your next treasure. That's elkhardin.ctbids.com.
2nd and 10. Bremen coming out very aggressive after forcing the turnover, trying to hit on a home run right there. Now it's play action pass. Wildauer rolling. Again trying to throw deep for Rodriguez, and he makes the catch at the 10. What a throw by Wildauer, a 39-yard completion in the Bellman Oil first down.
You're going to see here on the Michiana Contracting replay, Rodriguez does an out and up and does a great job of running the route, and what a pass by Wildauer. I'd really like the freshman's play here of getting a little separation with his arm, not a push-off, just a little separation, and big pickup for the Lions.
They were really high on Rodriguez when I went down to preseason camp in August, and you had heard things during the week that they might try to make him a bit of a playmaker on this team. Here's Wildauer rolling to his right again. This time he's going to tuck it under, try to get to the end zone, spun around, ball loose, and Knox has it. Or do they? Yes, they do. Knox with the fumble recovery at their own 6. What a play by the Redskin defense. We'll take another look from Michiana Contracting.
Looked like Wildauer didn't quite tuck it all the way. Ball's loose on the outside. The helmet. Great form tackle there, putting the helmet on the ball, knocked it right out of Wildauer's hand.
And Kane Weber was the one who jumped on it. So Weber with the fumble recovery for Knox. And the Redskins take over deep in their own territory all the way back at about the 7. McLaughlin runs into his own man, and that play seemed to be sabotaged from the very start.
For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. They're nationally known and locally run by an outstanding team that believes in supporting the Michiana community. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
So a half the distance to the goal line penalty for Knox pins them back to their own 3-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 13 from there as you get a good look from our field cameraman Jason Mumma at Miles McLaughlin, the nation's leading rusher, trying to get his team out of a hole right here. McLaughlin has one man to beat. This could be a 97-yard run. He's got to win the foot race, and he will. Touchdown, Knox. It's sponsored by the City of Knox. 97 yards, no flags. He's at 173 for the night.
You question his speed. He outran all Bremen linebackers, DBs, and even the backside linebacker that had the angle on him, and he just straight up outran him.
Now, when you say you mean the generic, because I didn't say anything.
I wasn't talking about you. Some people do question his speed and question, how fast is he really? Well, we've heard 4.4s, so
4.49 in the 40.
I can believe that for sure.
And that's automatically timed. Here's McLaughlin trying to make the 2-point conversion. He's got a big hole up the middle, was patient for it. Did he get in? Yes, he did. So Miles McLaughlin continues to make headlines. A 97-yard jaunt to pay dirt and a 2-point conversion. And with 3:49 to go in the first, Knox with a 16-0 lead on Bremen on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Still wrestling with wire spools? Tap out. Babsco's got this. Meet the Spool Pro. Wire spooling made simple. It handles large reels with ease. Built for durability and convenience because your time matters. Save time and reduce waste with precision. Customizable settings for any job, big or small. Don't wait for innovation. It's already here. Built smarter and stronger with you in mind. Call Babsco to get yours today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. I'm told that's one of ours. Not a Sports Michiana drone, but it's okay. It's not a foreign invasion.
For the game, Justin talked about trying to hold Miles to 200 yards or less. Well, he's just over 130 yards, I believe.
173,
173, actually, yes.
So if he's going to hold him to 200 or less, they're going to do a heck of a job in the last 3 quarters. Ashton Walker on the approach. The kickoff taken by Bremen. And dodging tacklers and coming up to the 38-yard line, the Lions will once again have good field position from Jack Wildauer. That has not been the problem for Bremen. In fact, Bremen was only 6 yards away from potentially tying up this football game. Instead, they are in a familiar area, a 2-touchdown hole, which they have been in almost every week for the last 4 weeks.
Well, they need to do something again here. They need to move the chains. They need to get down. They need to put something up. Because I tell you right now, if they don't and Miles puts up another big run on them and they're down 3 touches.
That's an awfully big hole to try to climb out of.
Hey, guys, worth pointing out, Miles is back out there on defense. He was definitely winded after a 97-yard touchdown and then the 2-point conversion immediately after. So he was a little slow getting to the sideline, took off his helmet, got some water, didn't have to be out there on kickoff, but he is back out there at safety now here, and you can still see he's trying to catch his breath a little bit.
Well, he and I would have that in common. Here's the handoff to Braden Parrish, who spins and takes it up to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 6. That might be about all we have in common. Well, I suppose you could say we're both seniors.
Yeah, there you go. Tonight's factoids are brought to you by HealthLink. Healthy kids are better students and better athletes. Schedule an annual wellness checkup at HealthLink today. HealthLink offers medical, dental, vision, and more. Visit HealthLink.
By the way, Anja's sideline report brought to us by our friends at Patrick. So Wildauer sends receivers out to his right on 2nd and 4, turns and hands it off up the middle to Derek Miller, and Miller battles his way into Knox territory for a Bellman Oil first down to the Redskin 49-yard line.
Great job of spinning and fighting for every single yard to pick up that Bellman Oil first down for the Lions. Bellman Oil in Bremen is your one-stop shop for all your fuel and lubricant needs. As a local family-owned business, they truly care about their customers. Bellman Oil brings over 50 years of experience to keep your equipment fueled up and running smoothly. For quality and reliability, visit BellmanOil.com and go Lions.
It's Braden Parrish now on the handoff, and his spin move is thwarted as he goes down at the 46-yard line. And again, it's Kane Weber right in the middle of the defense, creating havoc for Knox. Weber, I think, is one of the area's more underappreciated players. Offensively, he obviously gets overshadowed by McLaughlin, understandably so, but really what he does with this Knox defense, he is the glue guy for that group. And the defense has improved dramatically over last year. Here's Derek Miller trying to slam it forward again and brought down after a pickup of 2. A year ago, Knox was giving up 311 yards a game. And this year, it's down by 100 yards to 211.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things they needed to work on in the offseason. They really felt their defense really had to come alive. Defense is going to win them championships. They had their offense. They just couldn't stop anybody.
It's 3rd and 5. And eventually when you get into these shootouts, sometimes you just run out of bullets. Minute 25 to go here in the first quarter. Wildauer hands it off again, and Miller, like a bulldozer, just plowing his way forward close to the first down. It looks like they've marked him maybe a half a yard short. It'll be 4th down from there. And Bremen will have to come up with a play here.
Reminder, our first quarter is brought to you by 1056 in Knox. Their proud support Stark County Athletics. Bring the family to 1056 to enjoy a great meal and time together. Have a need for catering? 1056 caters all kind of events, including tonight's game. Contact them today. Thank you to 1056 for feeding our crew.
A tough flag there against the Bremen Lions as one of the linemen moved right before the snap, and 4th and half a yard is going to become 4th and 5.
Ball start by the Bremen Lions.
And boy, that is a blow that the Lions could not afford right there.
First drive, Bremen was moving the ball, just could not pick up the 4th down conversion. Second drive had the fumble down on the 6. And here, a penalty at a 4th down and a half yard. So just can't put anything together right now for this Lion squad.
Somewhat the hallmark of a young team, and maybe one that's a little inexperienced in this big a game. Wildauer now working from the shotgun. Is going to roll out, fire, and it's knocked down and incomplete. Beautiful defensive job there by Brian Korcha, the linebacker, as he was able to knock down the pass from Wildauer and stop another Bremen threat.
The Knox Athletic Boosters are proud to support our exceptional student athletes. Your commitment, passion, and sportsmanship inspire us all. We believe in your ability to excel both in sports and beyond. Go Big Red from Knox Athletic Boosters.
Might have been Keegan Everidge knocking down the pass that time. I thought it was Korch's 16, but Everidge getting a lot of glad hands over on the sidelines. And we've got a timeout called on the field, and it's going to be called by the Knox Redskins. Timeout is sponsored by ctbids.com. Ladies and gentlemen at home, if you're watching and you notice a little bit delay between the audio and the video, we do apologize for that. We are aware of the problem. We have not been able to fix it as of yet. We're hoping the issue resolves itself at some point. So we understand that there could be a little bbit of a delay between the audio you're hearing and the video you're seeing. 5-yard penalty called against Bremen there. And it'll be 1st and 5 from midfield. Man in motion, but McLaughlin keeps it himself, and he's bulldogged down from behind, just short of the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of about 4.5 on the play.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
2nd and inches on the final play of the first quarter, and McLaughlin hands it off, and hurdling tacklers is the Knox running back. And let's see if we can pick up who that was. It was Kane Weber, who's been all over the field in the first quarter, and he picks up a first down as the first quarter comes to an end. It's been all Knox and all Miles McLaughlin. He ran it in from 20 yards out and then went 97 to the house, and the Redskins lead at 16-0 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
Hey friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by McInnes Realty. It's realty with a purpose. And the purpose for Angelo Carlo on these broadcasts to bring you a Patrick Sideline report. What do you have?
Hey, look, I look back at that turnover from Bremen in the first quarter as a significant moment in this game. Obviously, any turnover is, but when you think back to last year's game, Knox had a 2-touchdown lead going into halftime, and then Bremen was able to storm back. They had onside kicks, all sorts of ways. So I think if Bremen was able to score a touchdown on that drive, it might have started becoming a mental game for the Knox seniors because of what happened a year ago. Now they flushed that away. They're up 16-0. That's a big, significant moment in that first quarter for Knox and their psyche for the seniors.
And they start the second quarter with a 5-yard run from Miles McLaughlin. The second quarter that's being brought to us by the St. Joseph County Police Department.
Hey, and Mayor Dennis Eastock in the city of Knox congratulate Coach Radke and the Redskins on a great season so far and wish them the best tonight and the rest of this season. Go Knox from Mayor Dennis Eastock.
We mentioned McInnes Realty. We'll have a look at the McInnes Realty around the area scoreboard coming up at halftime. McLaughlin on 2nd and 5. Dodges tacklers, breaks a couple, spins away from another one, and parades down the sideline all the way to the 15-yard line. Stepped out of bounds at the 16. A nifty pickup that time of 18 yards for McLaughlin.
You'll see on the Michiana Contracting Instant Replay, great job by Miles getting up the hole, driving those legs. I love how he drives the legs and keeps spinning. Bremen defenders are not wrapping up. They're just trying to arm tackle. You have to get in and you have to wrap up a true running back like Miles McLaughlin.
But it's also one of those things, until you are out there with him, you can look at all the film you want and have somebody try to emulate him in practice. Not going to be too many people that can emulate him. Here's Camden Garner trying to run. He tried a little Kane Weber hurdle. It didn't work as well.
Camden Garner with the carry off the right-hand side.
Garner with one of his rare carries on the year. That's his 27th tote of the season.
2.5 on that play.
And he'll be credited with 3 yards on the play. Garner, a young man who has a father that's the director of the Stark County EMS, and he takes fire rescue CTE classes here at Knox High School. 2nd and 7. That big Knox offensive line settling in front of McLaughlin, giving him lots of room to run. Wow. McLaughlin headed to the end zone, touchdown. That is a 12-yard pickup, putting him well over 200 for the night. But you'll get another look at the damage done by that offensive line. They just cleared people out of the way.
Another City of Knox score for the Knox Redskins. But, yes, as you said, that offensive line, wow. What a hole they opened up for Miles. Just a great job. Miles able to follow his blocks, find the hole, and just kind of saunter into the end zone there.
I believe that's a word that once was used a time or two to describe your touchdown.
I believe the old Bob Nagel used to use that quite often.
Here's McLaughlin steaming into the end zone for another 2-point conversion. And with 10:28 to go in the first half, McLaughlin now the number 2 all-time leading scorer in the state of Indiana. He has all 24 points for Knox tonight, and they lead Bremen 24-0 on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Health Markets with Tony Letcher. The right coverage at the right price. Ashton Walker ready to put the boot to it after another touchdown and 2-pointer scored, sponsored by the City of Knox. And Walker has had the chance to tee it up a lot. When Bremen kicks off tonight, those will be sponsored by our friends at R. Yoder Construction. And we appreciate their support of tonight's broadcast. Walker so far has tried to squib everything, and everything has wound up in the hands of the Bremen quarterback Jack Wildauer. And this will be a squib kick too. That'll be picked up at the 17-yard line. Great coverage on special teams that time for the Redskins, and they swarm over the Bremen carrier at the 25-yard line. It was Miles Green on the return that time for Bremen. So Bremen's got a number 2 named Miles as well, just maybe not as well known.
I think the biggest thing with this Knox team, they talked about last year how they just felt like they kind of let themselves down. They thought they would go a little bit farther than what they did. Having a conference, the game against Bremen last year, they put in the work in the offseason. They have a lot of seniors. They have a lot of dedication. But as we talked about, this defense has really changed the way this team plays.
Wildauer with an unbalanced formation in front of him. Hands it off, and Braden Parrish on the carry that time. And he is brought down from behind.
Kane Weber again on the tackle.
You know, this was a hot Bremen team coming in here, as our HealthLink factoid will tell you. They had been streaking quite a bit coming into this game, and Bremen brought a 5-game win streak into this one. It was the program's longest since 2021. Just has not clicked at key times tonight.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just a couple mental errors here and there. The fumble, the false start, just things are not really clicking here for their offense in the first half.
Parrish in motion. Wildauer drops back deep. They read the screen pass beautifully and forced him to throw it away.
Yeah, good throwaway there by Jack Wildauer, getting the ball away from the defenders, throwing it away. There's no way Rodriguez was going to be able to catch that and make anything happen.
Knox read the screen so beautifully. Typically, you expect a pass rusher to come all the way after the quarterback and continue to chase. That's what Wildauer wanted. Knox didn't give him what he wanted. They just waited for him to throw the ball.
It's that senior leadership that they have on that Knox defense. Just a great job of reading that.
You know, Russ Radke had me talk to the offensive line during the week because he wanted me to meet them and experience the intelligence of that group. And a lot of the guys playing defensive line are also the guys that play offensive line for Knox. As Wildauer looks to throw, now he's going to have to scramble, trying to run away from people, and he got a first down sponsored by Bellman Oil as he steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line, make it the 40. Nice pickup that time for Wildauer of about 13.
Here you can see on the Michiana Contracting replay, great job looking down the field, not seeing anything, going ahead and scramble, getting out, getting away from a tackle, picking up the big first down and keeping those chains moving.
And what Bremen could really use right now is a long drive that would chew some time off the clock, give the defense a little bit of rest, and of course you got to start putting some points on the board here at some point too. Wildauer with 3 receivers off to his left. Wildauer pumps, runs out of time, fires, and a beautiful sliding catch made by Rodriguez, who has been as impressive as anybody in a Bremen uniform tonight.
Well, you talked about it, and I heard it a lot this week about this Rodriguez kid. Well, you're getting a really good look at him here tonight on Sports Michiana. Just a great job by Rodriguez coming across. I mean, that's a tough play. And he slid down, went down, got the ball, and just a freshman out there.
Wildauer's got a pretty nice arm, too. He is a member of the baseball team at Bremen, also a member of the basketball team. That's good enough for a Bellman Oil first down as they get it up to the 49-yard line. 3 receivers this time to the right of Wildauer as Bremen has forsaken the running game down by 24. Wildauer steps up, and he hits Braden Parrish this time. Threw it a little bit behind him, but Parrish makes a nice grab for a pickup of 5.
State Farm agent Noah Trueblood cheers on the Lions tonight. State Farm is the #1 auto insurer in the U.S., but with Noah and his team, you also get the benefits of a truly local team. Debbie and Heather in Noah's office are both lifelong Bremen residents. Google Noah Trueblood State Farm for all your insurance needs.
For Parrish, that was only his 4th catch of the season so far. A young man that works as a summer custodian for the Bremen schools. Wildauer takes another snap here on 2nd and 5. Steps up, throws it out in the flat, well defended by...
Who else? Kane Weber. Great job of undercutting that route, not giving it any room for Wildauer to get it to Parrish. Just a really superb play getting out in the flats and covering that by Kane.
What impresses you the most about his game?
I think how versatile he is and how smart he is on defense. He's always in the right position in the right spot at the right time. Playmakers like that, you'll always, they just have that knack of knowing where to be and knowing where to be at the right time.
We'll get you updated on some scores from around the area here in just a moment. 3rd and 5 for Wildauer and the Lions. 5 receivers in the pattern this time. Wildauer with some decent protection now decides to scramble. Lots of room to run. Wildauer steps by a man, still on his feet, and takes it all the way down to the 11-yard line. Korcha finally brought him down after a pickup of 34 and a first down sponsored by Bellman Oil.
Here's the Michiana Contracting instant replay. Wildauer, great job of looking up. Had some guys open early, but didn't get it to him. But great job of seeing the open field, getting downfield. Got to tuck that ball away, Wildauer. Carrying that like a loaf of bread, Coach Bungie used to say.
Of course, the great Don Bungie, who just passed away a year ago down in Bremen, and the field the Bremen Lions play on, named after the original coach of the Lions, the man who actually laid the sod for his own field.
Yep, laid the sod on that Bremen field. And him and Coach Nursty, who the track's named after.
A timeout here taken by the Bremen Lions. Will take it as well. 7:36 to go first half. Bremen on the move, trailing 24-0 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Let's get you up to date on some scores from around the area on the McInnes Realty Around the Area High School Football Scoreboard. In the conference, Jimtown and LaVille tied at 7 at the half. Halftime, Elkhart leads Marion 25-7. Also at halftime, Mishawaka with just a 7-0 lead on Plymouth down at the Rock Pile. Same score, Warsaw leads Northwood 7-0 at the half down at Fishers Field. And Riley with an 8-3 lead on Adams. That's at the half at Jackson Field in South Bend. Here it's 24-0. Knox leads it, but Bremen is on the move. They have the ball all the way down to the Knox 11-yard line, 1st and 10. Braden Parrish, the running back, but Jack Wildauer rolls out, has lots of room to run. It's a foot race to the end zone, and he wins it. Touchdown, Bremen. Wildauer takes it in for a Bellman Oil first down on the touchdown, and the Lions are on the scoreboard. It's 24-6.
Bremen did a really good job on this drive of really spreading out. They used the pass to actually open up the run, and talking about the run, it was Wildauer that did all the running on that drive.
Well, he's had a nice night running the football now. 6 carries for 71 yards after putting 156 up against Culver Academies last week. And Bremen will go for 2 here because Knox has been able to convert on 3 consecutive 2-point conversions. Wildauer mishandles the snap. It's chaos in the backfield now. He's scrambling. He throws. Did they complete it? Incomplete. They say it was trapped by Hunter Cannon. Incomplete pass, and it will remain Knox 24, Bremen 6, 7:29 to go before halftime on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959.
Bremen's kickoff, sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. They're proud to support tonight's game. When you need a winning team for your next commercial project, count on R. Yoder Construction. From design and planning to full construction management, they deliver spaces that perform as well as they look. R. Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
Jack Wildauer gets ready to kick it off for the Bremen Lions. Little pooch kick. It's fielded well by Knox, and they'll just take it right there at the 40-yard line. Russ Radke told anybody who wanted to listen during the week that Bremen had done 3 onside kicks last year, and they were still doing onside kicks this year, and he had his team well schooled for that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the 3 aspects you have to really prepare for throughout the week. You got your offense, defense, and your special teams, and when you see a team put in or do an onside kick, you have to prep for it, and especially if you got beat by that team last year and they did 3 of them and recovered them, you definitely work on it.
Knox looking for its first win over Bremen since 2009. They have played 6 times since then, the Lions winning all 6. The snap to Miles McLaughlin. He runs off the right side. He breaks another tackle, comes to the outside, and finally tripped down after a pickup of 6 yards on the play. It was Wildauer himself, so quarterback on quarterback crime right there. And here is a HealthLink factoid that we don't have a graphic for, but both quarterbacks happen to lead their secondaries in interceptions this year. McLaughlin has 4 for Knox, and Wildauer, who makes the tackle there, has 3 for Bremen.
Yeah, just a great job of Wildauer getting up. Miles has a great job of giving stiff arms and getting guys away. Wasn't able to get Wildauer away. Wildauer wrapped up like we talked about Bremen has to do.
It's McLaughlin again, this time running up the middle, now cutting to the outside. McLaughlin breaking tackles and taking it all the way down to, they'll spot it at the 34-yard line. That is a pickup of 20 yards on the play, and it gives Miles McLaughlin 237 yards on 15 carries so far tonight.
He ran on that play like he was a little upset about allowing Bremen to score that last one. He come back, he's flipped the ball to the ref, and he's like, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go again right now.
They want to pick up the tempo here. They like playing at a quicker pace. McLaughlin and Bremen timeout is called here. I think Justin Bogun sensed the tempo had changed a little bit in that Knox offense as well, so he wanted to take a timeout. We will as well. 6:23 left first half, 24-6 in favor of Knox on Sports Michiana. This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
When the season calls for festive cheer, hometown holiday lights at Knox makes your home shine bright. Their custom holiday light service provides professional-grade lights, safe installation, and design tailored to your home, giving you a stress-free way to celebrate the holidays. Search Hometown Holiday Lights on Facebook to learn more. Go Big Red.
Well, that's a great service for those of us who don't like getting up on the ladder. 1st and 10 from the Bremen 34. Here's a bad snap to McLaughlin. Doesn't seem to matter to him, but he scoops it up, and that is a rare tackle for loss against Miles McLaughlin this year. Coming into the night, he had only lost 9 yards on carries for the season. That's a loss of 1 right there. That'll knock the average down to about 15 yards a carry.
Yeah, looks like there on the Michiana contracting replay, it looked like the ball actually hit the guy in motion as he was coming across.
That's not ideal. 2nd and 11. McLaughlin tries to spin away from tackles, and Ethan Britton will have none of it. The big defensive lineman wraps him up in the backfield. That's another loss of 1.
Having only 9 all season, not sure he's ever had back-to-back losses on carries. Big 1st and 2nd down for this Bremen Lion defense.
So now the question is, does Knox attempt its first pass of the night? McLaughlin is 8 of 16 throwing this year, has not been picked off at all. They do split a man wide out to the right. That is Ashton Walker. And a man in motion and a bad snap, but McLaughlin steps up, throws it down the field, nobody there. He had Kane Weber open, which Kane Weber is trying to make abundantly clear to his quarterback.
Yeah, but he was getting pressure up the middle, and it all started with the bad snap. The snap again, hit the ground, rolled over to Miles. He had to pick it up from the ground, and at that time you start to hurry as a quarterback at that time because you're not sure where your receivers are going to be.
And Knox kind of in no man's land right here. You could try to punt the ball, which they've only done 3 times this season. They do have Ashton Walker in the backfield standing next to Miles McLaughlin, and he is the punter. And indeed, Walker will back up and punt and try to pooch it here, but it's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. So there's a stop by the Bremen defense. They had a little offensive momentum on the last possession. Can they close the gap here before halftime?
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of only 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support.
We sure appreciate the support of the Dillenbeck family. Want to wish Cooper Dillenbeck, Deacon's brother, a belated happy birthday. He celebrated this week. Cooper, of course, a football player at Jimtown High School, in action tonight against LaVille. The Lancers have a 14-7 lead in the third quarter of that game. On 1st and 10, Jack Wildauer looking to throw, sets up, heaves it down the field. It's intercepted. Isaac Singleton picks it off. A flag comes in late.
I think that was just the beanbag that came in where it was intercepted. They threw it down, but great job by Singleton on the interception.
But there is a flag up by the line of scrimmage.
Might have had a legal guy downfield.
We shall wait for Xavier Serrani and this crew to let us know what's going on. Rare flag in this game. There have only been about 3 of them. Bremen players are all walking back towards where Knox would have the football, so it appears it is indeed against Bremen. It's a hold against Knox. Well, he signaled against Knox.
Might have been on the return.
That could be. So it was on the return, and that will march the ball back into Knox territory at the 41-yard line. But the big thing here is the Redskins get the ball back on a Bremen turnover.
Yeah, Bremen defense with a big stop, give their offense a break, get out there. Their offense, first play, throws the interception. Just trying to get a little too much on that first play, trying to force the ball.
2 turnovers now on the Lions tonight. And Miles McLaughlin and this offense go back to work. The snap issues seem to be resolved, and McLaughlin now running off the left side picks about 9 or 8 yards on the play that time. It'll be 2nd and 2. He's running to the side that has a dramatic crown on the field. You noticed this before the game.
Yeah, I walked down there on the field and walked out, and I had to catch my breath as I walked from the sideline to the middle of the field walking up that big crown. But, yeah, very predominant crown on this field for drainage. They do that for drainage, but very predominant on this field.
And this field is in outstanding shape, especially when you consider it's October. We've been fortunate this year. Not a lot of rain, especially on Friday nights when a field could get chewed up. 2nd and 2 from the midfield stripe. Bremen was showing blitz. Garner on the carry, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down.
Bremen Athletics would like to congratulate all of our fall sports teams on an outstanding fall season. They'd like to give a special shout-out to the boys soccer, girls boys tennis, girls volleyball teams, all on winning the Indiana Northern State Conference Championships this fall. Well done, Lions, from the Bremen Athletic Club.
And the Bremen girls soccer team will play for a sectional title tomorrow. And, of course, their volleyball team has had an outstanding year. And we'll get to talk to one of those outstanding Bremen fall athletes coming up with Angelo's report at halftime. A timeout on the field. It's sponsored by CTBids.com. CTBids.com timeout with 3:26 to go in the first half. And Knox leading Bremen 24-6 on Sports Michiana.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tom's Car Care Center, Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hundt, Angelo Carlo with you from Community Field in Knox, where the undefeated and 5th ranked in Class 3A Redskins have a 24-6 lead on Bremen, looking at a 3rd and 2 from midfield. Miles McLaughlin, the outstanding Knox rusher, 18 carries for 243 yards so far tonight. And it's McLaughlin running to his right, and he has the first down as he takes it to the 42-yard line.
Bremen's defense really starting to stack it up and make it tough for Miles here.
I want to go downstairs to Angelo DiCarlo for a Patrick sideline report after this next play. Talk to him about the job that this Knox offensive line has been doing tonight, because it sure seems like they've been getting a lot of penetration against this Bremen defense. Lions showing blitz, and we've got a whistle and an offside call made against Bremen. And Angelo, you've got a better view of it from down there on the field. Talk about the job that this Knox offensive line has done against Bremen tonight.
Yeah, no question, Chuck, because one of the things I notice the most right now has been the fact that when Miles gets the ball on a snap, he has time to just brief second to look, see the hole, and then go. And that's because his offensive line is doing their job to make that hole happen. So I think they are maybe underappreciated because of what Miles has done. But I know, as we talked about at the beginning of the program, Miles certainly appreciates him as he goes off here on a run.
And McLaughlin still on his feet. One man to beat. End zone touchdown, Miles McLaughlin from 42 yards away.
Late flag came in there. Going to be an unsportsmanlike at the end of the play there on Knox.
I think they're going to say McLaughlin did some taunting there at the end.
That score is sponsored by City of Knox. Be interesting if they do this on the 2-point attempt.
That would knock them all the way back to the 17-yard line for the 2-point conversion. Watch the play here. McLaughlin, again, as Angelo had mentioned, untouched until there at the 33-yard line. He breaks away from 2 tackles, spins a man around right there, and it's the holding the ball out and the little bend down to talk to the player that got the attention of the officials.
Great run by Miles, though. Great job of avoiding tackles, shedding blockers, or shedding tacklers as well. Again, you got to wrap this kid up.
So now, though, Knox has to do the 2-point conversion from the 17-yard line, and that's a lot tougher, to say the least.
Well, he just ran for 45 yards. He can run for 18 yards.
20 carries, 288 yards, and we're not even at halftime.
Averaging over 11 yards a carry for the season for the most part. Picking up right where he's left off all year.
So let's see what Bo Radke and his brother Tyler dial up here as the offensive coordinators of this team. McLaughlin gets rid of it, takes a shot as he does, and almost got it to Kane Weber. McLaughlin wanted a roughing the passer call, didn't get it. And the 2-point conversion fails with 2:41 to go in the first half. Knox leading Bremen 30-6. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lillard Insurance Agency. They are real people with real service and real value. Ashton Walker gets ready to kick it off for Knox. The Redskins now with a 30-6 lead on Bremen. Still 2:41 to go before halftime, so we'll see if the Lions can make a surge here. It's a spinning kick that will be fielded by Wildauer at his 31. Wildauer able to dance around one tackler and takes it up to the 36. And so that's where Bremen will start with a couple of timeouts remaining and 2.5 on the clock.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax Central Automotive. We're here for all your automotive needs.
Jack Wildauer trying to bounce back from throwing an interception on his last pass of the game. He has had 2 turnovers tonight, one on a fumble, one on an interception. And Knox has converted both of those turnovers into touchdowns tonight. 3 receivers to the left of Wildauer here. Knox just trying to get pressure with 4, and Wildauer's going to run it. Down the sideline in front of the Bremen bench, he dives forward, and he steps out of bounds at the 44-yard line after a pickup of 8.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family-owned for over 100 years, they know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and their knowledgeable staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
2nd down and 2 for the Lions. And Wildauer under pressure, dodges tacklers, and Wildauer is stacked up. They finally blow it dead at the line of scrimmage, but a flag came in, and that's usually in the vicinity of where you see holding. We'll see if that's the call against Bremen.
By the way, guys, it would be very interesting if Bremen is able to score here and get a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. I believe the score at halftime last year was 30-14.
It was.
Yes.
So how weird that would be, considering Bremen then came back and won that game last year. I think that would make the message very clear at halftime for Coach Radke in terms of what he would say. But obviously they got to score here first. But that would be interesting.
Well, they get the benefit of grabbing the face mask penalty. And a Bellman Oil first down, only the second penalty called on Knox tonight. Bremen with the ball at midfield. The other thing is Bremen will receive the second half kickoff, so they would love to convert some sort of 2-for-1 situation here and be able to put a bunch of points on the board before Knox touches the ball again. Wildauer fires and has his man. That is to Derek Miller, his 5th catch of the season. And Miller only able to pick up 4 on the play.
It's very interesting, the Knox defense. They're really playing kind of really a deep zone, really giving up the under route. I mean, if you look at some of these receivers, they're running down the field, and they're not even getting close to the defender until they're about 6-7 yards downfield. They're really leaving that under route, and especially on the trip side, the middle guy, they're not even covering for the first 10 yards.
Can Bremen start taking better advantage of that? They have to be able to protect Wildauer a little bit better because he gets slammed to the turf right here by Keyston Dixon. Dixon with the sack after a loss of 3.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Just the second sack of the season for Keyston Dixon. And it'll be 3rd and 13, and a little bit of a lack of sense of urgency here for Bremen as they're coming up to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, they fake it to him. Wildauer rolls out, heaves it down the field, and it's a little too far. He was looking for Rodriguez again.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, McInnes Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran owned. They proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McInnesRealty.com.
It is 4th and 13. You would assume it's a punting situation. The Bremen punt sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. Wildauer is the punter for this team this year and averages 33 yards a boot, and he indeed will line up in punt formation. Ashton Walker is the deep man for Knox, standing back at his 20. But they're more worried about the fakes, so they're going to bring Walker all the way up here just in case Wildauer were to throw the ball. Not worried about a punt return, and Wildauer's punt will take a nice Bremen roll inside the 10 all the way down to the 7-yard line with 28.3 seconds left.
Gives that much more yards that Miles can pick up here in the last 28 seconds and score one more time.
He had a 97-yard run in the first quarter. As you take a look at Russ Radke on the Knox sidelines, and we've got a HealthLink factoid about Russ because all he ever does is win, win, win. He is one of the leading coaches in the state of Indiana in terms of win, only number 2 behind the retired Bud Wright of Sheridan. And Russ now at 420 wins in his illustrious career. Mike Gillen from Mooresville still coaching too, so 2 of the top 5 still active. And, of course, you see the great Chris Giesman from Penn on that list as well.
A lot of top quality coaches there, and that's why they have so many wins.
Here's McLaughlin on the run, and he is brought down with a thud at about the 8-yard line. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that will likely do it for the first half of play here at Community Field in Knox. The Redskins on senior night have been completely dominant in this game against Bremen. Last year they led the Lions 30-14 at halftime. Bremen came back to win. This year it's a 30-6 Knox lead at the intermission as the two teams get ready to head to the locker room. We send it downstairs to Angelo to Carlo for a Patrick sideline report.
All right, Coach, nice lead here, 30-6 at halftime. Your thoughts?
Well, it's just that they're coming out with another system. I told you at the beginning of the game, they got so many different formations or whatever. This is good for them, but we have to make better adjustments on our defense. Offense, they're clicking right now, doing a good job. Good thing we had a good turnover and an interception. So it's positive football, and that's what we got to keep working on right now.
We've talked a lot about Miles. You've talked a lot about the offensive line this week, but the time they give him, how critical is that to set things up for him?
Well, it's all a system. They're a little tired right now. We'll get some breather here and come back out second half, do a heck of a job, I believe.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the way. Russ Radke, the head coach of the Knox Redskins. Chuck and Bo, back up to you.
All right, stick around, everybody. A lot to get to at halftime on our Ferret Custom Roll Forming Halftime Report. We always like to start it off with one of our favorite features, the Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. And that's next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
The Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week. We have Easton Minix, a senior at Knox High School, along with Jack Wildauer, a senior at Bremen. Jack is the quarterback of the football team. He also plays basketball and baseball. He is ranked second in Bremen's senior class. How do you balance everything?
It's a lot of, I'd say, just forward planning,
lot of time management skills go into it, and just a lot of help from my teachers and my classmates too.
You want to go into physical therapy. Tell us why.
I feel like with my love for sports and just love for helping others, I feel like it's a great career path for me, and I feel like it's one that can fit my academic goals too.
What does being a Bremen Lion mean to you?
It means a lot. I know for the town itself, Long Green Line, I'm proud to be a part of it, proud to be a part of this team, and just continue to have a great year.
Jack, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Easton Minix is a senior at Knox, tight end and defensive lineman. He also participates in 4-H, student council, has a 3.4 GPA. How do you make everything work?
I kind of learned the hard way my freshman year with balancing it all, but then after that, I stepped it up and I learned to balance everything.
So sounds like you might be more 4.0 right now then if you had trouble the first year?
Yeah, that's all that marked it down. So,
what's your advice then to people, to younger kids as they're getting into high school?
Start early. Don't wait till it means everything to you. Start right away.
All right, you also want to go into the medical field. Tell us what you're kind of thinking in that regard and why.
My mom's a nurse, so her love for it kind of passed down to me, and it's always been a big interest of mine.
And what does being a Knox Redskin mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, we work hard for it, and I'm proud to be who I am.
Easton, thank you very much. Congratulations. Jack, thank you very much. Congratulations. Jack Wildauer, Easton Minix, our Student Athletes of the Week. Presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We are at halftime between Knox and Bremen in our Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week. We have your first half highlights right after this on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. The Knox Marching Brigade entertaining the crowd here at halftime at Community Field on this senior night. And the Redskin football team has been pretty entertaining tonight as well, leading this one by a count of 30-6 as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. That's Bo Hundt. I'm Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us tonight here on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming Halftime Report. And everybody tunes in to see Miles McLaughlin.
Yeah.
I would say he's been as advertised.
Oh, as advertised. I mean, it's the one thing you have to stop. You have to prepare for him, and you have to find a way to do it because with this offensive line, the way they're blocking tonight, the way they have all year, and again, Miles will be one of the first ones to tell you that he couldn't be doing this without them. They did a fantastic job so far here in the first half.
Yeah, let's name them while we have a moment here. Braxton Reese, Nigel Thompson, Peyton McNeil, Keaston Dixon, Tucker Burns, and then occasionally you'll see guys like Gage Craig and Heisman McCann, and you'll see the tight end like Easton Minix come in there as well. So they have done a superb job moving people off the ball, and you're going to see that here in our Tom's Car Care Center highlights because you're going to get a heavy dose of Miles McLaughlin. He scores the first touchdown of the game from 20 yards out and takes it on in for the score. But this will be our Big C Lumber play of the game. The 97-yard run by Miles McLaughlin in the first quarter after Knox had it 1st and 13 back at the 3, and that was kind of a backbreaker for Bremen. McLaughlin would take it in one more time from about 12 yards out. The two-point conversion made it 24-0. Bremen showed some grit in the later stages of the first half. Jack Wildauer taking it in from 11 yards out. That narrowed it to 24-6, but McLaughlin would score another touchdown from 42 yards, and it's 30-6 here at the intermission.
Kane Weber, what a great job on defense
Yeah.
as well. I mean, just the way he pursues the ball. He's always in the right spot at the right time. He's in on every tackle. He's in on every pass breakup. He's on fumble recoveries or part of fumble recoveries as well. Just a fantastic job on defense by Kane.
Well, while football gets ready for the tournament, a lot of sports are already in tournament action. And one of the tournaments going on is boys tennis. Bremen had an outstanding player this year. In fact, the MVP in the Indiana Northern State Conference. He's standing by now with our Patrick Sideline Report. Here's Anj.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. Here with Chase Devine, obviously a great tennis player, also a very good basketball player, as we'll talk about in a moment. But let's talk, Chase, first of all, about tennis. A great season. Conference MVP. What was this season like for you?
Yeah, thank you. It was actually way better, surprisingly way better than most of us expected. After losing our senior year last year, having to play one singles, I wasn't sure how to go because I don't really play much tennis out of season, so surprising.
I was going to say, obviously, everyone knows you as a basketball player. How much time do you spend on tennis to be able to do what you were able to do this year?
Don't tell Coach, but it's really just in season, not a lot outside.
All right, great sophomore year for you, over 500 points last year. How much fun was last season for you individually and then with your team growing?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, obviously it's fun when the team's playing good, but like when you're playing good, it's fun too. And losing 7 seniors, those guys were a lot of my friends, but these guys, like the grades above me, this next senior class, they're all my friends too, so it's great.
What are your thoughts heading into a new season? Obviously, you have an opportunity to break the scoring record this year as a junior, which is really neat. But how do you feel you guys could be as a team this year?
I feel we could be pretty solid. Hartley and Riley and Bryce, all those guys have stepped up this summer and gotten a lot better. And we definitely could win bi-county sectionals. I have high goals for us.
And then certainly you have a little bit of competition during the season, not from just the people on the court, but your girls' basketball team is pretty good too. Is there, obviously I know you guys are all friends, but is there like a little friendly rivalry there that you see what they do? You guys want to achieve big things also?
Yeah, well, we're always rooting for them, but we always want to top it, just being competitive and stuff, but it's fun. It's fun.
How much fun is it to watch them as well? And we all know, obviously, a lot of them are having a really good volleyball season right now, but also to see what they're going to be able to do in girls' basketball.
It's a lot of fun because you grow up with all of them. You've talked to them all your life, so you know all of them and you're proud of what they're doing and stuff.
What are the biggest things you've worked on to be ready for this year to improve your game?
100% my strength. That's what my weakest part of my game last year was. Everyone knew it. And it's my offhand, just getting to my spots better. And,
you know, figuring out things for college has never been easy. It's probably harder than ever for guys in your position as the landscape has changed in college athletics. What has this process been like for you as you begin to really try to figure out where am I going to be in a couple years?
It's a lot of fun because, I mean, you like everyone and everyone's putting their best foot forward and but you just got to find what's really most comfortable for you and what you like the most. Really.
Chase, thank you very much. That's Chase Devine, great basketball player, great tennis player, but really didn't spend as much time as Coach probably would have wanted in tennis. Focused a little bit on basketball. Chuck and Bo, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much. What a great problem to have, to be so good that you barely have to play and you make it to the sectional championship.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal athletes are able to do that.
Something in the water in Bremen, all right? Hey, it's time now to take a look at our McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. I know this is one of Bo's favorite segments of the program because he gets to see me just stumble through scores here at the half. Elkhart leading Mishawaka-Marion 25-7 in the third. Lakeland leads Fairfield in the Northeast Corner Conference 17-6 in the fourth. Tom Wogeman's done a nice job with the Lakers in his first year there. Northridge leading Goshen 26-0 at the half. Good one over on the banks of the Bago. LaVille leads Jimtown 21-14 in the fourth. LaVille has not beaten Jimtown since 1990.
It's been a long time coming.
25 in a row for the Jimmies over the Lancers. That could come to an end tonight. A little bit of a shocker at Kiwanis Field. LaPorte leading Michigan City 7-0 in the first. Mishawaka has finally opened up a 14-0 lead on Plymouth. That's in the fourth. Penn having no problem with New Prairie. They're up 35-0 at the half. Warsaw leads Northwood 14-7 in the fourth. I don't think too many people anticipated that to be a low scoring game.
Yeah, they thought both those offenses have really been playing a lot better, but they do rely on their defenses a lot down there.
Rochester warming up for the Three Rivers Conference Championship game next week. They beat Northwestern tonight 42-0. Riley still with an 8-3 lead on Adams. That's in the third quarter at Jackson Field at School Field. St. Joe has a 42-6 lead on Washington. So St. Joe and Penn for the NIC championship next week. Still have to think the Kingsmen are the big dog on the block till somebody proves otherwise.
Till somebody proves otherwise. A lot of injuries on that St. Joe team as well.
Pioneer has taken Triton to the woodshed tonight, 35-0 at the half. Concord with a 49-14 lead on Wawasee. That's in the fourth at Rice Field. Here's a bit of a surprise. Churubusco with a 16-15 lead on West Noble in the fourth quarter down in Turtletown. Up in Michigan, Lakeshore has a 35-14 lead on Battle Creek Lakeview. Dowagiac leads Buchanan 27-12 in the fourth. Boy, that would throw a wrench into the Lakeland Conference race. St. Joseph leads Mattawan 32-24 in the fourth. And Niles, Scott Shaw, 251 career wins, 7-0 this year. They took care of Vicksburg tonight by a count of 42-7. Here are the Knox Redskins with a 30-6 lead on the Bremen Lions. We'll take about a 2 or 3 minute timeout. Be back with more, including second half play-by-play from Community Field. You're watching the Ferret Custom Roll Forming Halftime Report on the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. And we appreciate the Patrick Sideline reports of Angelo to Carlo. He has one to talk about Bremen here as we begin the second half.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to talk with Justin Magonia walking back out of the locker room, and he said obviously the self-inflicted wounds is what hurt them the most, those opportunities. They force a turnover down there at the goal line in the red zone, and then they fumble it back, and that could have been a difference maker. Also having another turnover, the 4th and 1 penalty as well. Just those self-inflicted wounds are the ones that are killing them right now. As he pointed out, against a team like Knox, you almost have to play a perfect game, and they've done the opposite of that here tonight. His goal for the second half, as he told his team, is simple. Let's just win the second half. If that puts us in position to then have a shot to win the game, awesome. But first things first, let's win the second half, win the third quarter to get ourselves back in a groove here a little bit, and then we'll see what happens from there.
All right, thank you very much, Anj. The sideline report brought to us by Patrick. We get ready to start the third quarter.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Knox will kick it off to start the third quarter.
Hey, didn't you say there was 0 chance of rain?
Yeah.
Well, the Noah Trueblood State Farm agent weather report has changed.
Apparently
it is raining here. Oh. Wow, that came out of nowhere. And everyone getting their coats on in surprise.
I see some prepared with umbrellas tonight.
Yeah, they might want to go hold them over our cameras. It is really coming down right now in Knox as Walker hits a spinning kick that Bremen will drop at the 20, and that's never a good sign.
Great coverage. Flag comes in at the end of the play. Not sure if that's going to be a horse collar or a face mask, but didn't see anybody else there for like a holding or anything like that. It looked like something on the tackle. So it might go from great coverage and okay field position to great field position for the Lions.
Bremen has benefited from very good field position tonight. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it most of the night, and that flag is waved off.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
Well, as quickly as the rain came, it dissipated. That was quite the shower.
Just wanted to cool everybody off and wake them up and say, you know, Mother Nature's still here a little bit.
Welcome to fall. Jack Wildauer, the quarterback for the Bremen Lions, did a pretty good job running the football in the first half and occasionally threw it pretty well, as he does here to Jake Rodriguez, who takes a big lick from Miles McLaughlin after a pickup of 8.
Hit that under route. I talked about how open that was early in the first half or later in the first half, and it was going to be interesting if they made that and saw that and made an adjustment here in the second half.
That is the 4th catch of the night for Rodriguez. Wildauer throwing the football is 5 out of 10 with 1 interception. It'll be 2nd and 2. Wildauer looking to his left, has pressure coming from behind him, but feels it and throws it down the field. It's incomplete. He was trying to lob it over the top to Derek Miller and couldn't quite get enough on it.
Almost the old Tim Tebow jump pass there. Tried to jump and throw it over the top to his tight end. Fullback.
Wildauer last week, 8 of 11 throwing the football against Culver Academies for 159 yards. And Justin Bagunia said during the week, that's the best job that they had done throwing the football all season. As a matter of fact, in the first 6 games of the season, he had only thrown for 163 yards. Now Wildauer turns and hands it off, and the running game just hasn't gotten enough going tonight for Bremen. but they may have picked up the first down here. It looks like they got it up to the 30-yard line with Derek Miller running the football. He is just short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th and inches from there for Bremen.
Yeah, they got to get all the way to the 30-yard line. They're just short of it. See if they go under center. Do a little quarterback sneak right up the middle.
Wildauer's not the biggest kid. It's 6 foot 165, but he does have a 250-pound center in front of him, Peyton Marsh.
A lot of times on this, you go on the silent count.
That seems to be what they did, and Wildauer was able to go off the left side behind the guard, Ozzie Morellis, and get the first down.
Sponsored by Bellman Oil there. Great pickup for the Lions. Start the third quarter. Need to move those chains, pick up a few first downs. Need to put some points on the board as well.
So some nice blocking up front by Bremen that time for the Bellman Oil first down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 32. And the good news for Bremen is the more time they can take off the clock. Again, the goal for Justin Begonia here, making up 24 against Knox, probably not a reasonable expectation. But if you can make up 10 here in the third, you get yourself in the ballpark. Wildauer looking to throw. Too high, and it's almost intercepted.
Tried to go to, look like it was Parrish on the underneath route. They did see that, and they did try to go to the underneath route. He was open. Wildauer just threw it a little high on the pass, almost picked off.
Keegan Everidge came diving in from behind to try to get the pick, and may have shaken himself up a little bit on the play. So 2nd down and 10 here for Bremen. And you get the feeling that the Lions are going to somewhat air it out here in the third quarter. Again, they play well off the 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Wildauer has to toss it up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Miles McLaughlin, his 5th interception of the season.
Same spot. Wildauer throws to the middle of the field, overthrows his receiver again. Those routes you have to underthrow because you got 2 safeties playing behind.
And if he did underthrow it, Rodriguez was open in front of 2 defenders playing behind, but Wildauer felt pressure coming in and just heaved it up in the air. So 1st and 10 from the 41 after McLaughlin, to add to his 290 yards rushing in the first half, gets his 5th interception of the season. 21 carries for 290 and 4 touchdowns in the first half for Miles McLaughlin, who has not been held under 5 touchdowns since week 1. And he's off to the races again. McLaughlin taking this one to the midfield stripe before Hunter Cannon brings him down after a pickup of 9.
Sports Michiana apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. They're locally run since 1976. It's Tops can give you personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
McLaughlin now with 23 games of over 200 yards rushing in the 48 games he's played in his career. And he is a yard away from his 9th 300-yard game. It won't come here as the run is done by Jaden Fisher this time, and Fisher gets the first down to the 46-yard line on his first carry of the night.
1056 in Knox is proud to support Stark County Athletics. Bring the family to 1056 to enjoy a great meal and time together. You have a need for catering? Well, 1056 caters all kinds of events, including tonight's game. Big thank you to 1056 for feeding our crew before tonight's game. Had a little bit of it at halftime as well. That cheese pizza was fabulous I had.
The burger was outstanding. That'll be an hour on the treadmill tomorrow, but it was worth it.
It's always worth it at 10:56.
McLaughlin from quarterback, running backwards now, wants to throw, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. Maybe just 1, as they get him back at the 47-yard line. Ethan Britton has had a nice job on the defensive line tonight.
Yeah, great job of getting pressure upfield. Looked like they were trying to go down the field. Looked like the pressure got in there, so he tried to tuck it and turn it back. Here you can see on the Michiana contracting replay. Yeah, that play was kind of broken from the start, it looked like.
2nd and 11 now for the Redskins. Camden Garner is the running back in the backfield next to McLaughlin. It's McLaughlin coming up the field, breaks a tackle and takes it to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 6. And he's over 300 yards for the night. His 9th 300-yard game of his career.
Picks up about 7.
And he is now at 9,765 yards for his career. After this play, assuming it's not for anything magnificent, we'll give you another HealthLink factoid on Miles McLaughlin and the distance between him and the second-place runner in the state of Indiana this year. As McLaughlin carries it here, gets popped in the backfield, and he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down, but our HealthLink factoid shows you the difference between McLaughlin and the second-place rusher, and it's not even close, as McLaughlin came into the game tonight with 2,468, over 1,000 yards better than Carwin Pope from Princeton.
1,000 yards is quite a bit.
That's a season right there. So 4th and 6. Bremen bouncing around at the line of scrimmage, but did not cross. And Knox is going to take a timeout. It's sponsored by ctbids.com. 6:18 to go in the third. Still 30-6 Knox on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. They were doing that today at the Moreau branch of the NDFCU. They had a big Frankie Tacos truck there, and Patty Shack came over to give away free ice cream and free tacos to members of the credit union between 11 and 1.
And you didn't call me?
Are you a member?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you should have known. You should have gotten a little notice on that. 4th and 6. McLaughlin turns and hands it off, and that's Kane Weber taking it forward to the 33-yard line.
Great misdirection, exactly what Knox needed. Bremen really keen on Miles the last few plays and really blowing it up. Needed to change a little bit up to get another first down and move those chains for Knox.
So Kane Weber, just 3 carries tonight, but 21 yards, and he's made a ton of tackles on defense, along with a fumble recovery in this game. McLaughlin from the 33. He'll hand it off again because they're keen on him so much. And Jaden Fisher tumbling over tacklers as he goes forward to the 23-yard line for a pickup of 10 and another first down. Fisher, a member of the wrestling team who went 21-14 last year with just his 17th carry of the year, as you see on the Michiana contracting replay.
With more than 50 years of experience, Michiana Contracting in Plymouth has grown to one of the most comprehensive contractors in Indiana. Family-owned and locally run, Michiana Contracting is proud to support tonight's replay on behalf of its employees from both Bremen and Knox.
McLaughlin keeps it this time and gets tripped up at about the 19-yard line after a pickup of 4. 25 carries. 308 yards tonight for the Knox quarterback.
4 yards on that play. Ball resting just inside the 20-yard line of Bremen. 2nd and 6 for your Redskins.
There's so many stats here on the page about Miles McLaughlin, but one that jumps out at me, well, he's the treasurer of Students Against Drunk Driving. He's not just an athlete, he's involved in other things within the school. 2nd and 6. He's going to run to his right here, try to bounce it to the outside, and succeeds as he's got the first down.
Really good job of picking up that first down. He split 2 defenders, came up and had 2 more there. I mean, that was a true testament of his running ability. A Bremen player down on the field.
And we do have a Bremen player down on the field, so we will take a quick timeout with 4:37 to go in the third quarter. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by TireRack.com, because by golly, TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hundt, Angelo DiCarlo back with you from Community Field in Knox. The Redskins trying to go to 8-0 on the season. They play Bowman Academy next week in the final of the regular season. Then the sectional draw is Sunday, and everybody around the state of Indiana will find out who they're playing in their assignment. Knox, probably the biggest team in their sectional they have to worry about is Griffith, which is one of Russ Radke's former schools. Miles McLaughlin at quarterback takes the snap, waits for a hole, dodges into the end zone, and has his 5th touchdown of the night. It's a 13-yard touchdown run for Miles McLaughlin, who now has 44 rushing touchdowns on the year.
There's your Michiana Contracting instant replay. Great job of getting up the field. Confidence of running through that last tackler. And Bremen starting to wear down a little bit on defense, it looks like.
I have him unofficially at 328 yards for the night. And the Redskins will go for 2. That's all they ever do. They never try to kick the extra point. McLaughlin will hand it off to Fisher here, and Fisher is unable to get to the end zone. So with 4:16 to go in the third quarter, Knox now has a 36-6 lead on Bremen on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Ashton Walker tees it up for Knox with 4:16 to go in the third quarter, and the Redskins up on Bremen 36-6 in this Indiana Northern State Conference Championship game. Knox trying to take the title outright and get their first win over Bremen since 2009. Rodriguez takes the kick back at his 13. The freshman tied up and brought down at the 23-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Zane Jordan, a freshman.
Our Yoder Construction is proud to support tonight's game. When you need a winning team for your next commercial project, count on our Yoder Construction. From design and planning to full construction management, they deliver spaces that perform as well as they look. Our Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
We'll give you some finals here on the McInnes Realty Around the Area High School Football Scoreboard. Northridge beats Goshen tonight 49-21. Rochester top Northwestern 49-7. And Pioneer takes Triton to the house 42-0. So Pioneer will play North Judson next week for the Hoosier North Conference title. Bremen late getting a player onto the field. Now they put Rodriguez in motion. Wildauer on play action. Heaves it down the field for Rodriguez, and it's incomplete, but a flag will come out. That's pass interference. The ball was underthrown, and the Knox defender, Maddox Kinder, never turned around to look at the ball. You'll see it here on the Michiana Contracting replay.
Yeah, I mean, this ball is underthrown just a little bit, and you have to turn around. You can see right here at the end, puts his hands up, turned around for a second, but he definitely got in there. Got his arms into Rodriguez and knocked him down.
Also in the conference tonight, Tippecanoe Valley beat John Glenn 42-7. Valley is who Bremen will face next week. And Steve Moriarty with another good team down in Mentone.
Definitely a lot of potential down there for that Tippy Valley team. A lot of good players, especially on defense. They really kind of rely on that defense. And they put together another great season down there, Steve is.
So the pass interference called. It results in a Bellman Oil first down for Bremen after the 15-yard mark-off takes it up to the 39-yard line. Some more finals starting to trickle in. Warsaw defeated Northwood tonight 28-7 down at Fisher Field. So Bart Curtis's team now 5-3 on the year.
NOC top 5-6 are just so solid. I mean, you look at the Warsaw and Northwood. I mean, Northwood's going to have 4 losses on the year.
But it's because of the caliber of the schedule they play. Wildauer looking to throw on play action, airmails it, and it wasn't exactly a break for his receiver because Kane Weber delivered the hit anyway.
Kane Weber came in. He might have been able to pick that ball if he actually went for the ball, but he was going for the big hit.
And he laid the lumber to Braden Parrish that time with 3:59 to go in the quarter. You'll get another look here from Michiana Contracting.
A big thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
And it's an illegal participation penalty against Bremen. They had too many men in the huddle, and so that's going to be a 5-yard walk-off against the Lions. Final from Everwise School Field as St. Joe has defeated South Bend Washington tonight, 42-12. So Ben Downey's team now 8-0, heading into the NIC showdown with Penn next week at Father Bly Field.
That's going to be a great game. A lot of people not giving St. Joe much of a chance in that game. Penn, a very solid team year in and year out. This year, no different.
Concord has defeated Wawasee tonight, 49-21. Craig Kaler's team getting ready to play down at Lucas Oil Stadium next week against Plymouth. 2nd and 15, handoff in the backfield, and Derek Miller met right at the line of scrimmage, might have managed to pick up a yard on the play. Actually, that was not Miller, that was Lance Moser on the carry, and Moser is hobbled. He's been suffering from an ankle injury. They wanted to see how he would do carrying the football, and I guess they got the answer.
Yeah, he comes back off, kind of hobbling a little bit, takes the helmet off, goes to the sideline. He might be done for the night.
Moser has been fighting an ankle injury ever since the John Glenn game for Bremen. And now it's 3rd and 14. Wildauer again with play action, but the pressure is on. He's going to try to scramble, throw, and it is incomplete. He threw it a little bit behind his intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down. And it looks like a Bremen player, the intended receiver on that play.
I think that was Miller.
Miller is shaken up on the play.
Looked like he might have jammed his fingers on that ball trying to reach back for it. He was holding his hand.
Actually, we have 2 Bremen players down on the field right now. Gives us a chance to remind you that coming up on Monday night on Pulse FM, Anj and I will have another edition of the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix. As we'll recap the game with North Carolina State, we'll look ahead to the big showdown coming up with USC and have a Focus on Faith interview with a former Irish legend. That comes your way On Monday night at 7, it's Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix, only on Pulse FM, and that's one of 2 radio shows we have on Pulse. The other one airs on Friday nights. It's the Tire Rack Drive to the Game as we preview a number of games around the area, including our Sports Michiana Game of the Week, and also have a coach's spotlight interview with the area coach. We will also then be talking about the game that we'll have on our Sports Michiana Game of the Week, which we might be a couple minutes away from announcing right now. We'll see what happens around the area tonight, kind of keeping our eye on a couple of scores. Both injured players able to get up and walk off under their own power. It's 4th and 14, and likely an R. Yoder construction punt here from Bremen. Wildauer lining up in punt formation. It's a high snap, but he brings it down and gets off a high kick that will take a Bremen roll and go down to the Knox 25-yard line. That's where the Redskins will take over 1st and 10 with 2:54 to go in the third.
You need help with an estate sale. You want to put your items online so the whole country can buy them? The team at Caring Transitions will make it easy for you. Their mission was founded on respect, care, and connection. Check out elkhartin.ctbids.com to learn more. That's elkhartin.ctbids.com. For
the first time since 1990, LaVille has defeated Jimtown. They had to go to overtime at Sharp Stadium to do it, but Jeff Kaiser's team wins it 28-27 over the Jimmies.
They really played out last week against John Glenn, a high-scoring affair on LaVille's half, and they're really putting it together here late as well.
And that's a team that you have to remember plays in Class 1A. They could make a solid run in 1A, and now we have a flag thrown on the end of this play as things are getting very chippy down on Community Field. It was Camden Garner on the carry that time, and somewhere in the scrum at the pile, there was either something said or done that brought on a 15-yard flag here.
Give you a chance to tell you about Tire Rack. They love tires. Since 1979, they've been helping drivers find the right tires. Tire Rack sells only the best brands, backed by their own test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews. Tires ship fast and free to you or one of over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
So it's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Knox. And the only question was whether that was a dead ball foul or not. And since it was, it'll still be 2nd down. On 2nd and 21, Miles McLaughlin will keep it himself. He takes a pretty hard lick and goes down at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6.
McLaughlin with the carry up the right-hand side.
28 carries, 333 yards, and 5 touchdowns for McLaughlin tonight.
Has he done anything?
He's been okay.
Okay.
He might be talking with Angelo Carlo at the end of this one.
Here's something you don't see quite often out of a Knox offense. 3 wide receivers out here to the right.
Well, this will get some video online for some people to watch. McLaughlin looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, heaves it down the field, and it's incomplete. Wildauer of Bremen was the closest one to it. It was intended for Keegan Everidge.
I love Kane Weber again. Second time they've thrown a pass, and both times he's wide open with his hands raised in the air. He's like, I'm wide open. After the ball was thrown, Kane. After the ball was thrown.
Well, and the other thing, Kane, is you're not standing back there in the pocket with things collapsing around you. It's a final now at the Rock Pile. Mishawaka shuts out Plymouth 28-0. So Keith Kinder's team continues to roll on, and that clinches for them at least a share of the Northern Lakes Conference title. They would win it outright with a win over Wawasee next week. Second time tonight that Knox has had to punt. They only had 3 punts for the season coming into the game. Ashton Walker gets it out of there, a high hanger that will be fielded back at the 48, fumbled, and it looks like Knox may have it.
Pretty much perfect timing on that punt return defense for the Knox Redskins. Not sure who made the contact, but he did give them enough room to catch the ball.
Flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage. Keegan Everidge comes through with the fumble recovery here after the hit was made. It was Joshua going on the hit, Everidge on the recovery, but we have to see what the flag is about back near the line of scrimmage.
And that looks back by where the punter was punting the ball. Could be a hold in the backfield.
Well, it's coming back. It's a chop block against Knox.
They'll move it back 5 yards. Another kick. Bremen might fair catch this one.
I was a little surprised they didn't fair catch that one. I understand you're trying to make plays, but sometimes discretion is the better part of valor.
I mean, obviously this is going to come back and they're going to punt again, but I think that goes back to what Justin Begonia was talking about at halftime, right? Those self-inflicted wounds. You do all that work to make a stop, which has been rare here tonight, and then all of a sudden you fumble the ball. Luckily, they're going to have another opportunity, but those are the type of things that if you're going to have a chance against a team like Knox, you can't afford to have.
Couple of great games up in Michigan tonight. St. Joe, the Bears beat Mattawan 39-37, and Wajak goes into Memorial Field and beats Buchanan 40-26, so a three-way tie atop the Lakeland Conference. Ashton Walker to punt it again after the chop block penalty, and another flag is thrown here, and this one's blown dead.
HealthLink provides affordable, high-quality care for families and patients of all ages with 13 locations, including in Knox and Mishawaka. HealthLink is your community health center. Google HealthLink with a C to learn more.
And we appreciate HealthLink being on board tonight's broadcast. It's a final at Atulski Field. Elkhart pounds Marion tonight, 59-14. Trayvon Curry's team goes to 5-3 on the year.
Elkhart's playing much better here as of late. Mishawaka just a rough year for Marion this year. Got some young guys learning some new positions.
They are still talking about the flag that has been thrown. Penn defeated New Prairie tonight on the McInnes Realty Around the Area football scoreboard, 49-0. So the Kingsmen continue to roll. Keith Kinder telling everybody who wants to listen, this is the best Penn team he's seen since he started coaching. False start called on Knox here. That'll be half the distance to the goal line, take him back to the 5. Also a personal foul called on Knox, so that'll take it all the way back to the 2.
Very uncharacteristic of this Knox team. Just some emotional things going on, emotional penalties out there. Bremen's done some things, even though it's 36-6, Bremen's done things defensively to really frustrate this offense.
So on 4th and 33, I know the scoreboard says 4th and 15, but that was a while back. We've got a sideline warning also called on Bremen. No wonder it took them so long to sort it out. There were about 3 different things that happened on that play. Minute 43 to go here in what has been an eternal third quarter. Ashton Walker, aware of where his back foot is, and maybe he's just going to step out of the end zone. He is. They'll give up the safety so that they can go 20 yards, but there's a flag on the play again.
Yeah, they actually called that from the sideline for him to take that safety, but another flag from the side judge comes in. This 4th down's taken forever, but Bremen first downs, they're sponsored by Bellman Oil in Bremen, your one-stop shop for all your fuel and lubricant needs as a local family-owned business that truly cares about its customers. Bellman Oil brings over 50 years of experience to keep your equipment fueled up and running smoothly. For quality and reliability, visit bellmanoil.com and go Lions.
And we'll have another lengthy discussion, although I think Bremen just wants to take the safety, take the points, and wait for Knox to free kick it to him. The question is, will they have that option?
Let me tell you guys, one of my most enjoyable parts of doing these Patrick sideline reports is being able to watch Russ Radke on the sideline. Before that play, and most of the time, Russ doesn't wear the headset, has a blank stare onto the field, had both of his sons, who are key assistants for him, asking him, do you want to do this, do you want to do that? He just continues to stare, and then all of a sudden he goes, take the safety, take the safety. And, well, his punter did not understand what he was saying, so Russ got a little bit more animated from there, but always humorous to watch.
And we'll see if we finally get an explanation on what the flag is here. It is a safety. As Knox stepped out of the end zone, they had a false start on the play, but that is declined. And so it is a 36-8 game now with 1:41 to go in the third. And Knox will free kick it away from the 20-yard line.
Join the Knox Athletic Boosters and rally in behind our teams at every event. Together we can build a strong, supportive community that builds champions, the growth and success of our young athletes. Go Knox from the Knox Athletic Boosters.
And honestly, if you're still with us, God love you. It has been quite the third quarter here, and a game that was really clicking along at a pretty decent pace for a while has ground to a halt here with a series of penalties and delays here in the third quarter.
And there's all these penalties have had a lot of communication with them, with the refs getting together and talking and discussing it over and over, it seems like, to really understand and get the exact penalty.
So the safety also had an illegal procedure with it, so now Knox is going to free kick it from the 15-yard line.
Russ was rather perplexed at how both the safety and the penalty could be enforced. He got the explanation from the referee. He was not.
He was not thrilled with the explanation?
No, he was not. And remember, Russ does give a lot of leeway with refs because he is a long-time basketball referee himself. So he has leeway, but he completely disagreed with this decision from the referees.
Well, the punt splits two Bremen players. Rodriguez finally picks it up back at his 28, darts around, and is tackled at the 36. And, of course, more flags come in.
And that's 3 flags come in, so looks like we're going to have some type of personal foul penalty on that.
That looked like a face mask from here. And it is a personal foul face mask penalty against Knox. 15 yards against the Redskins. They'll put it into Knox territory at their 49-yard line.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer a high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Bremen will take over 1st and 10 on the Redskin 49-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 49. A minute 35 to go in the third quarter. And Knox up by a count of 36-8 as Jack Wildauer steps into the shotgun. It's taken a while, but it looks like we've got some football again. Braden Parrish on an end around. He's brought down 3 yards behind the line by Keegan Everidge.
Great job, Everidge, getting up there. He's had a fantastic night, been in on a lot of plays, a lot of pass breakups as well. Just holding that corner. Great job of getting Parrish.
By the way, Chuck, I think this third quarter was your fault. Didn't you say in our pregame meeting, good news is both of these teams run the ball a lot? This won't take that long?
I did say that they both run the ball a lot. I'm not sure I could be quoted on this won't take that long. Here's a handoff up the middle, and it's Derek Miller trying to get some yardage, and he picks up about 2 on the play.
I think it was implied.
So Miller now with 23 yards on 7 carries on the night. And we're into the final minute of the third.
Bremen trying to establish a little bit of that running game back. Kind of went away from that passing. They definitely need to air it back out a little bit here. Wildauer coming back in with the play. Need to hurry up by 15 seconds on the play clock.
There is about a 10-second difference between the play clock and game clock, but I'm not sure that Bremen realizes that. And I don't know, are they going to take a timeout? Here they are. Timeouts tonight are sponsored by ctbids.com. 10.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll just keep it right here. And an update from the American League Championship Series. The Tigers have taken a 2-1 lead on Seattle in Game 5 of that series out in Seattle. Actually, that's the divisional series. And if the Tigers can get a win in this one, they would go on to face Toronto in the championship series.
Toronto knocking off the Yankees. I think most people enjoyed that happening.
Don't speak so quickly. Our sideline reporter did not. Here is Russ Radke on the Knox sidelines. And very few people realize Knox and Radke, he was a basketball player coming out of high school. He went to Purdue Calumet, played basketball there, and he was all set to be a grad assistant at BYU, of all places, but had interviewed for the North Judson football job, and he was just getting ready to go out to Provo when Judson called him way back in the early 70s and said, "You're our guy for football."
Yep. I believe he told us that story first week of the year, and I believe he had his car packed up, and they were basically almost on the road getting ready to leave to go out to BYU.
At the age of 23, became the North Judson football coach. Well, this play is going to be blown dead because that's only legal in the Canadian Football League. Two guys in motion at the same time.
Well, and that was Rodriguez that threw that ball
to Wildauer
down the field. So trying to go to a little trickery play there. And Rodriguez, of course, the backup quarterback.
Got a very important score on the McInnes Realty scoreboard for us, Chuck.
Yes.
We have a final.
Adams.
In a battle of South Bend. Adams 10, Riley 8.
And that means that next Friday night, we will be at School Field in South Bend as the 4-4 Adams Eagles take on the 5-3 Elkhart Lions. That'll be our Sports Michiana game of the week. Next Friday night, pregame at 6:45. Here's the snap to Rodriguez, the freshman bouncing around the backfield, throwing for Wildauer, who makes the catch. Wildauer with a Bellman Oil first down and more. He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bremen. On the final play of the third quarter, Bremen goes back to that trick play. Rodriguez, the backup quarterback and receiver, throws it to Wildauer for the touchdown catch, and you get another look from Michiana Contracting.
Bad snap. Rodriguez, just a freshman, able to get the snap, recoup, have enough confidence to roll out and make a nice throw to Wildauer. And Wildauer, being a senior, he's used to making those runs and catches. He's great job.
He beat Miles McLaughlin for the tackle and takes it in for the score. And now Bremen will line up and go for two. Nope, they're going to snap it and try just an extra point. The extra point sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. Rodriguez, the holder for Wildauer. The snap is good. The kick is on its way, and it is good. 3 quarters are in the books at Community Field in Knox, and Bremen has cut the Knox lead down to 21. It's 36-15 Redskins. You get another look at the touchdown pass as we go to the fourth on Sports Michiana.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
I'm trying to help.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Angelo DiCarlo joins us with a Patrick Sideline report as we have the rare kickoff to start the fourth quarter. It's sponsored by R. Yoder Construction.
Yeah, Chuck, I mean, let's go back to what Justin Begonia said at halftime. We want to win the second half. We want to win the third quarter. They officially have won the third quarter, 9-6. A very bizarre third quarter, but they did win it. Now we'll see if they can build on the momentum here. Still down by a significant margin here as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter.
Wildauer's kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line, and it's a nice return here by Isaac Singleton, who brings it all the way back to the 49. So a good job on the return game by Knox. And they'll have excellent field position for Miles McLaughlin.
Mayor Dennis Eastock in the city of Knox congratulate Coach Ratke and the Redskins on a great season so far and wish them the best tonight and the rest of the year. Go Knox from the city of Knox.
So Miles McLaughlin, the quarterback, 28 carries, 333 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns tonight. And we'll see how Knox handles this here with a 21-point lead to begin the fourth quarter. McLaughlin, again with that power formation in front of him, is going to take it right up the middle and is spun down by Hunter Cannon after a pickup of 2.
Miles McLaughlin with the carry off the right-hand side.
It has been a much more solid job by the Bremen defense here in the second half.
Well, Miles had, 270 at half?
290.
290 at half and 130, 140?
Well, only 45 yards rushing here.
Or 45.
In the second half.
Yeah.
And that has come on 8 carries. Man in motion. And McLaughlin running that way. Bremen read the play well, but hasn't been able to finish it off. Finally, Ethan Britton was able to make the tackle up the 45-yard line.
State Farm agent Noah Trueblood cheers on the Lions tonight. State Farm is the #1 auto insurer in the U.S., but with Noah and his team, you also get the benefits of a truly local team. Debbie and Heather in Noah's office are both lifelong Bremen residents. Google Noah Trueblood State Farm for all your insurance needs.
3rd and 4 for Knox. Bremen trying to come up with a big stop right here. Bremen coming on a blitz, and McLaughlin ran by it. He's got a first down and more. Running over people, spinning away from tacklers, and finally goes down at the 31-yard line after a pickup of 14.
Carry off the right-hand side, an unbelievable run.
What a run by McLaughlin.
Here you can see on the Michiana Contracting replay, great job of getting upfield. And again, just not wrapping up the defenders. He spins as soon as they hit. They're just coming in and trying to hit with their shoulders, not wrapping up.
Now over 9,800 yards for his illustrious Knox career. Still well behind Charlie Spiegel of New Pal, but has plenty of games to catch him. Jaden Fisher on the carry this time, tried to hurdle over one of his own linemen and takes it up for a pickup of 5.
When the season calls for festive cheer, Hometown Holiday Lights in Knox makes your home shine bright. Their custom holiday light service provides professional-grade lights, safe installations, and designs tailored to your home, giving you a stress-free way to celebrate the holidays. Search Hometown Holiday Lights on Facebook to learn more and go Big Red.
It's his pickup of 6 for McLaughlin on that one. And another Knox first down as they continue to whittle time off the clock here, down to 9:30 to go in this one. Redskins with the ball at the Bremen 21. trying to clinch the Indiana Northern State Conference title tonight and run their record to 8-0 on the season. It's McLaughlin running to the left this time. Got a lead block from Kane Weber and takes it up to the 17-yard line to pick up a 4. That's 33 carries now for McLaughlin tonight for 362 yards.
Bremen Athletics would like to congratulate all their fall sports teams on an outstanding fall season. Especially like to give a special shout-out to the boys soccer, girls soccer, boys tennis, and girls volleyball teams, all on winning the Indiana Northern State Conference championships this fall. Well done, Lions.
Really good fall for Bremen teams under the athletic directorship of Justin Grubbs. McLaughlin hands it off. Camden Garner is brought down at the 15-yard line, and that's going to be a 3rd and 4 for Knox.
Camden Gardner with the carry off the right-hand side.
The good news there for Knox, though, is they keep the clock ticking down to a little over 8 minutes to go in this one, and you wonder if they'll start taking a little more time coming out of the huddle, too.
Yeah, they've been kind of getting up the line running a little quick, and they like to run that pace early in the game, but here late in the game, it'd be interesting if they try to take a little bit more time off.
Well, they also like to do that to give McLaughlin more time to make audibles. Here he's going to run right up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. 15 yards for the score, his 6th TD of the night, and 377 yards for the Mr. Football candidate. What a performance by Miles McLaughlin once again.
There you saw it on the Michiana contracting replay. Great job of getting up the field. He saw the daylight. He saw he was getting in that end zone. There was nobody stopping him on that.
I believe he has all 42 points for Knox tonight. And make it 44 as he takes the 2-point conversion in. And with 7:49 to go in this one, Knox appears on its way to an Indiana Northern State Conference championship. They have a 44-15 lead on Bremen on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by McKinnis Realty. It's realty with a purpose. 7:49 to go in this one. Ashton Walker ready to tee it up again for another Knox kickoff as they lead it by a count of 44-15. This has been a scoring machine this year for the Knox Redskins, one of our HealthLink factoids. If you take a look at the scoring offenses around the area, you'll find out that Knox, number 2 in the area coming into this one, only behind the unbeaten Trojans of West Central down in Pulaski County. And Penn and Rochester, those are the only 4 teams in the area scoring over 40 points a game, and Knox right around its average tonight.
Yeah, just under at 44, averaging to 49 a game, and still plenty of time for them to score again.
Kickoff goes all the way down to the 15-yard line, and Bremen will return it to its own 31-yard line.
Be interesting to see if Bremen goes back to Rodriguez at quarterback, because he did look good out there and able to scramble a little bit and move around, get the ball down the field.
I imagine for Justin right now it's a little bit of a balancing act because you have to try to figure out, well, what's best for this team for the future, but also what's best for this team for this year getting ready for the tournament. Yep. You might want to just get Wildauer some more passing attempts here and try to boost his confidence a little bit.
Wildauer back under center.
He'll turn and hand it off, and it's Braden Parrish on the carry, and he's only able to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dylan Beck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of only 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support the 13-7 Foundation.
It's final now. LaGrange Lakeland beats Fairfield tonight by a count of 17-6. It is Wildauer on the scramble as he runs to the left side and then is brought down on a nice tackle by Mason Hamlin, the 5'9 sophomore, at about the 37-yard line. Pick up a 6 that time for Wildauer. Wildauer with 9 carries for 82 yards. As you take a look at the crowd here at Community Field tonight, it has thinned out a little bit as we're now in the fourth quarter, but they had a good assemblage on hand here for senior night. And I imagine you'll see a lot of people here through the IHSAA tournament whenever the Redskins have a home game. 3rd down and 4. Wildauer fires, and Rodriguez couldn't hang on to that one. It hit him right in the hands, but the freshman dropped it.
Chips and Doodles is a family-owned and operated small batch local bakery. Their delicious cookies are baked in a commercial kitchen and made with real vanilla and butter. Delivery is available, as is pickup, near downtown South Bend. Learn more at chipsanddoodles.com.
So on 4th and 4, let's see how the Bremen Lions handle it here. I think they're going to go for it. Wildauer rolling again to his right. Throws it down the field, wide open, and he overthrew his man. He was looking for Nick Slusser, who was lonely in the secondary.
Well, 2 things happened there. Nick, being wide open, he basically almost stopped his route. And in that situation, you have to be able to come back to the ball, but you got to understand your quarterback's rolling out. You need to turn and start rolling with him instead of away from him. And again, Wildauer kind of overthrew that just a little bit, but Nick needed to continue his route instead of just try to stop there.
So on 4th down, the ball turns over on downs to Knox, and they'll get the ball at the Bremen 37-yard line, leading by 29 with 6:08 to go. And Miles McLaughlin remains in the game, although Ashton Walker is lining up in the backfield, and it looks like Walker may be the one taking the snap here. And it is Walker, and we've got a flag thrown as the change in personnel back there in the cadence leads to a false start for Knox.
False start against the Redskins.
So that'll make it 1st and 15. Winnemac has defeated South Central tonight 38-16. LaPorte leading Michigan City 7-0 now in the fourth quarter at Kiwanis Field in a Duneland Conference matchup. Handoff in the backfield. McLaughlin bounces off more tacklers, spins back to the inside, and goes down at the 23-yard line.
Miles McLaughlin with an impressive run off the right-hand side.
McLaughlin with a 20-yard jaunt that time, and he's at 397 unofficially for the night.
And you know what that is? That's another Knox Redskins.
35 carries for 397 yards. You do wonder if with 5:53 left in a 29-point game, how long you stick with him. Walker hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself. He's going to try to race around the left side and turns the corner and goes out of bounds. And let's see where they mark this one. He's got a first down as he goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Pickup of 11 for Ashton Walker.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years, they know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture caring can make at Big C Lumber.
So 13-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. McLaughlin returns to the quarterback position with Jaden Fisher standing next to him. And it's Fisher on the run, and he gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Fisher, only a sophomore, came into the game with 15 carries for 68 yards. He now has 4 for 19 in this one.
Big shout out to R. Yoder Construction for sponsoring our punts and kicks tonight.
And again, it's Fisher trying to go up the middle, and Bremen shuts that one down. But the key thing for Knox here is the clock continues to tick, and we go under 5 minutes left in this one. As we mentioned, Knox will travel to Bowman Academy next week, take on a team that's 4-3 on the year going into action tonight, and then get ready for the 3A sectional. Don't forget that sectional draw, 6 p.m. on Sunday night on IHSATV.org. Brendan King, Paul Condry, Bob Lovell will go through all the pairings with you from around the state. McLaughlin comes to the sidelines for this play. Walker in at quarterback with Fisher to the side. It's Fisher trying to jut his way up the middle, and he's brought down short of the first down. It'll be 4th and about 3.
And that IHSA drawing is 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Good point. 5 o'clock for our friends here in Stark County. Under 4 minutes to go. And it's Ashton Walker in at quarterback. Fisher to the left of him. As we go to 3:45 to go in this one. Play clock down to 10 on 4th and 3. And Walker tried to keep it himself, and it looks like he's short of the first down. So Bremen is able to hold on downs and will take over back at its own 5-yard line with 3:36 to go. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and long feel like 1st and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
Chuck Bowen-Onge back at Community Field. 3:36 to go in this one. Bremen 1st and 10 at its own 5. The Lions hand it off. And I think we'll see a whole lot of running in the rest of this one. It was Derek Miller on the run that time for a pickup of about 1. The official totals on Miles McLaughlin tonight, 35 carries, 395 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Over 10 yards a carry. Biggest thing was that early 97-yard touchdown run in the first half.
That'll be our Big C Lumber play of the night. You'll see that on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show. You mentioned 10 yards a carry. I've got a fun fact for you after this carry here by Bremen, which is a fumbled snap. For his career, he averages over 10 yards
over
a carry.
10 yards a carry.
Now, that's impressive for him, but I can't emphasize this point enough, and I think we've done a pretty decent job of doing it all night, but we'll hammer it home one more time. That offensive line has to create that as well. And you take a look across that offensive line, you've got a lot of seniors up there. Nigel Thompson, Peyton McNeil, Keyston Dixon, Tucker Burns, Easton Minix, all seniors. So they've been with McLaughlin as long as he's been playing too. Yeah. And what a job they did tonight.
Just a superb job, and superb job all season that they've been doing for him.
And really throughout his career. Here's Jack Wildauer on the run, takes it up to the 10-yard line. And that'll set up a 4th and 5 with under 2 minutes to go. And it looks like Bremen will kick it away rather than turn the ball over down at its own 10. It's a discretion, better part of valor decision here by Justin Begonia. It also gives us one more chance to thank R. Yoder Construction for sponsoring the Bremen Kicks tonight. Bremen will fall to 5-3 for the season and get ready to play a very strong Tippecanoe Valley team next week. Vikings are 6-2. Have played a very good season. Here's Wildauer on the punt. Line drive. It'll be taken by Ashton Walker at midfield. Walker trying to dodge tacklers here, slips away from one, but the first man that hit him is the man that tackles him. And that is Miles Green back at the Knox 44-yard line. So the reserves will come in to finish this one out for the Redskins, as Russ Radke picks up career win number 421, second all-time in the state of Indiana. You see guys like Maddox Olenizak in there right now. Brendan Dixon getting some playing time. And it's Olenizak handing it off. And the running back was able to pick up about a yard or two, and that's about it. It was Brady Ford on the carry that time for Knox. 5'7" freshman.
Brady Ford with the carry up the middle. Pickup of a yard for the Redskins.
So it's nice when you get to get some of the younger guys some playing time in a game like this.
Definitely. Get some younger guys in there, and this is probably the last snap of the night. But get those younger guys out here on senior night, get them a few extra snaps in varsity action.
And it's Olenizak sacked behind the line of scrimmage, and that should do it from Community Field as the teams will line up and shake hands. The Knox Redskins are the champions of the Indiana Northern State Conference as they defeat the Bremen Lions tonight. The final score, Knox 44, Bremen 15, and the Redskins go to 8-0 on the year, while Bremen sees its 5-game win streak snapped, and the Lions fall to 5-3. Plenty to talk about on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show, and it all comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. Time now for our Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show from Community Field, where Knox has beaten Bremen by a final score of 44-15. You see Angelo down on the field surrounded by Redskins. Let's go down to him for our Reliance Player of the Game.
All right, we got Miles McLaughlin, but we got all the guys also that help make it possible for Miles to do what he does as they're announcing Knox as the conference champions. Miles, what is this feeling like for your team now 8-0 in the year?
This is awesome. I couldn't do it without these guys, and huge shout out to our defense for stepping up after I fumbled that ball. That was on me. Defense stepped up, got that fumble right back, and we're back in business.
I'm going to give you an opportunity here to, looks like grab the trophy and celebrate with that with your team. Hand that thing out. Congratulations, fellas. Why don't you name off your guys?
We got Keeson Dixon, tackle. Guard right here, Nigel Thompson. Tucker Burns, tackle. Center, Peyton McNeil. Easton Minix, tight end. Hunter Anderson back there, tight end. Kane Weber, blocking back. Keegan Edwards, black and back, and Gage, guard.
I know you get a lot of the credit out here, but how critical are these guys to your success? And I know you've been with a lot of these guys for a long time.
I couldn't do it without them. I mean, they're the most important people on the team for sure.
And then, obviously, you guys have one more week left in the regular season, but what do you think this team is capable of achieving come postseason time?
We got a lot left in us, and we're going to get a lot better throughout this playoff run for sure.
By the way, took the night off a little bit. You didn't get to 400, 395, so sorry about that.
Oh, my bad.
Miles, thank you very much. Our Reliance player of the game, along with his whole entire blocking components. Let's get you back upstairs to check him out.
All right, thank you very much, Anj. And
quick
time now to look at our Big C Lumber play of the game. It happened all the way back in the first quarter, and it was a long one.
Yep, it was a 97-yard run by Miles McLaughlin. The biggest thing there was the Bremen defense just came up, and once he gets past that first kind of linebacker set, you're not getting him. You got to get him before that. You got to get an arm on him. And you know what? That's not good enough most times either, because you can't reach out and just grab him. You got to wrap him up.
He is a strong young man, 35 carries, 395 yards, 6 touchdowns. Knox looks like a well-oiled machine. They want to make a long run in the tournament, can they?
I think that's going to rely on their defense. I think that's the biggest thing. Their defense has to shut guys down, and they've really stepped that up this year. That's what really let them down last year was their defense, and that offensive line has to stay healthy, and, of course, Miles got to stay healthy as well.
They hope this is the first of many trophies they hold here at Community Field this year. The Knox Redskins beat Bremen tonight to win the Indiana Northern State Conference Championship. Our thanks to our Sports Michiana crew who helped bring you this one, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin, and a talented crew including Tony Beltran, Duran Gray. But how about the camera folks tonight? People like Josh Kellogg, TJ Freeby, and a blast from the past, Jason Mumaw, joining the staff tonight. This is great to have this crew working with us each and every week. A reminder, Monday night on the radio, it's Pulse FM, 7 p.m. for the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix, and then next Friday night at 6, start on Pulse with the Tire Rack Drive to the game, and then we'll join you from School Field in South Bend. Elkhart taking on South Bend Adams. We've got the pregame at 6:45, the kickoff at 7, and do hope you'll join us then. Now, from our broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt and Angelo DiCarlo, Chuck Freeby, once again, the final, Knox 44, Bremen 15. So long from Stark County. The preceding has been a presentation of Sports Michiana. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.